What's going on, guys? This is the Cloud9 podcast, season 3, episode 18. Sorry, I was so busy. I'll have all the announcements for what the channel is gonna look like, and my main one coming up very soon. I got some amazing news just before I even started the show tonight. So there's stuff that I have planned on. Okay, definitely not. I like having sex with women. I definitely do. So yeah, there's gonna be some amazing news for the channel coming up very, very soon that I want to definitely share with a lot of people. Fuck you. I'm so yes, Jack, if you see this show by any chance on the Cloud9 subreddit, that was not me that said that. That was this dirty fucking New Yorker who's probably a Knicks fan.
You've said way worse shit, all right? He probably has you.
That's not even true. Right, okay, we literally had a pro player on here, and Warren's talking about COVID and Chinese people starting it. Like, how's that my fault?
Hey, you said that as well. You're like, oh, these.
Not on this show. That doesn't count. Anything
yes, you do. You're like, oh, Jackie Love can't see the monitor. Fuck.
That's slander. I said, there's more context. This guy's an idiot. It's slander. That's not what I said. I said basically how COVID got started and like how it's affecting everything, and then Alorum calmed down because he realized what I meant, and then I was like, oh, I even apologized quick, fast. So let's calm it down, Jack. If you see this,
crazy. Okay, I definitely love my LPL brethren, my LCK brethren. You know, they've been doing LPL's been doing very, very well. You know, So I'm gonna be honest, you guys. Recently, I haven't got a chance to watch the last few LPL BO3s. The last
Don't worry, you didn't miss much.
The last LCK BO3 I watched was Genji versus T1. Then I watched T1 just beat the shit out of Fredit Brion. I mean, I would call that beating the shit out of, but that's just like a fucking 12th grader beating up on a kindergartner at that point, you know? So, yeah, fucking Sean's happy about that. Yeah, T1 beat Fredit Brion. Yeah!
Why would I? That's like saying I'm happy when they beat their fucking, third team that one time they all got COVID. Fuck's sake, but no, Korea was born this week. Jesus fuck. But yeah, I mean, they did beat their ass. As much as fucking... Did MSK fucking crash? God.
I don't know.
Did he really? Does his internet actually just go out?
Let me ask you, Sean. Does the screen on the private chat, does it look like it's off a bit?
Yes. It's been happening for some reason. I don't get it.
Okay, just making sure.
This bitch ass.
What did I do? Fuck
you.
You're lagging a little bit on the stream, like you're talking.
Ratio. Fuck you, MSK.
Really?
No, we did not.
Yeah,
this guy did after.
Like your audio's coming from picture, you're lagging. So it's like you're talking and you're lagging.
Oh, I'm watching it on my end. It's coming out fine.
Okay.
Maybe like hot ladies are just so interested in me right now they just want to see me stream, you know?
What?
Okay, so as you guys know, I've watched LPL, I watched LCK, but I'm a bit behind on the last LPL BO3s. The one thing I do remember, because I usually put on LPL or LCK when I'm about to go to bed.
I can watch the FPX game.
I can usually catch about 2 BO3s before I go to sleep. I feel so bad for Zoom. I forgot he was actually on, what's the team up?
Ultra
what
Prime?
It's called? Ultra Prime. Yeah. I feel so bad for him. That team is so doo-doo.
It's funny because they get
legend
lead.
On a win streak.
They get leads, but they just don't know how to, they're not
They can't see the leads, man.
They can't see the
Jesus, see this shit!
I don't know, man. At least they're not as bad as Rare Adam. I don't know, man.
Dude, if anyone's legend is aren't they on like a 6 BO3 winning streak right now? They're like a 6-game winning streak right now. 5 game, yeah. Anyone's legend on a 5-game winning streak. That is disgusting. With Xiao Bao, that guy is garbage.
Okay, well, listen, guys. I'm currently looking for a Thunder Talk game in Jersey to support them.
The thing is, MSK. This is why I think they need to cut the whole. Well, we can't have 16 teams in the league because it's just gonna over. No, the reason when you have more teams, you have more teams to scrims. You're gonna have more games to play. And people are gonna be like, "Crap! It's not 12, it's now 17. We gotta step up our game to get into playoffs because it's only 8 spots out of say, the little bit." And it's like, okay, we only get 3 world spots, so now people actually want to put in effort. I think when you have LEC and LCS is a little bit spoiled because one, We don't have BO3s, and then 2, we don't have a lot of teams. Even though there's teams that they could literally put in to get more revenue in and other stuff. But hey, that's another topic for another day. But yeah, LPL is doing great. It seems like the standings reversed. If you looked at from spring split to this,
Yeah, we're gonna look at them right now. Actually, give me 1 second. I'll bring them up for you. Because, dude, if anyone's legend is actually doing that well right now, because this is the thing with LPL teams, dude. You have, because you watch traditional sports. I know you both do. Like you have that one random team nobody expects to do well. They start doing really, really well for like a little bit there, and then like toward the back end of the regular season, they start faltering because the better teams with the better players start playing actually to their strength level. So it like right now, is anyone's legend like actually that good, or are the other LPL teams just not as strong either?
They got better at controlling their aggression. They were aggressive, but they didn't know how to have control aggression. Now they're like, Betty's playing good. Forge has been playing pretty good. Because those are the two I remember. I think Sean, it's ZDZ in the top lane, right?
Let me see right now.
Yes.
Yeah, ZDZ's been pretty good. So they have a
really the standings for the LPL. Yeah, let's bring them up.
I would say they're like a better vitality with less.
Okay, so these are your standings right now for the LPL 2022 summer split. Don't watch any Team WE games. You'll want to gouge your eyes.
So sad to watch.
IG Invictus's games.
Okay, you know how sad people say you can't watch all the League of Legends teams? Guys, I go out of my way to actually watch most of, if not all, the games that exist. These bottom tier LPL teams are really, really bad. Like egregiously bad.
It's
like literally playing against them is like a free win. They're literally a free win.
I am shocked that Thunder Talk might make the playoffs.
Yeah, I'm shocked that Ultra Prime, and if they get their stuff together, Billy's the most disappointing, because if you look at their roster,
anyone's legend is 4th place.
Compare anyone's legend to roster to
anyone in the top 10.
No, to BLG, you'd be like, why is BLG 13?
Oh, dude, yes, I wanted to bring this up too. If you guys watch BLG games, they're switching out Doggo for another one of their ADCs, actually.
Why?
Rise,
yes. So they switched out Doggo for Rise because they're getting clapped. They gotta make some change.
But it's not Doggo's fault.
It's not Doggo's fault.
They gotta make a change. I mean, I don't agree with them taking out Doggo, but
I don't know. What change could they make? Maybe their jungler and mid laner that barely does anything. I don't know.
If they give Bin some direction, like RNG gave Bin direction, they could do very well. They could easily win some of these games if they give Bin some direction.
Bin actually no. Well, the thing is, people don't realize RNG played around Bin, but people thought Bin was inting.
I thought he was actually playing really good though.
They were playing around Bin's aggression because Bin draws so much attention that the other lanes got to do what they want. Like Xiao, who had good roaming, and KP. I think Gala has like the most. I think right now he has the most solo kills for an ADC.
That's for an ADC, dude. He's in.
So
I want to ask you guys this because I haven't got a chance to catch up on the last BO3s. I've seen the ones with Ultra Prime, and I wouldn't go out of my way to watch those again. Those are really bad. Summit has made a good impact on FPX, at least enough to put them in the top 10.
They're on the winning streak.
Yeah, like Summit actually made a pretty big impact with them. So was it Cloud9 just underutilizing him, or
no? That's not what happened, MSK.
I want to set up narratives.
They did not underutilize him, and they gave him everything he wanted, and it worked out. It's just for what Cloud9 wanted to do with the team, it just wasn't going to work. That's why it was good for both sides.
Yeah, that think about it. Like, we were all saying that Fudge was basically was peaking, and now that he's back in top lane, look, Cloud9's on a winning streak too as well.
People saying that Fudge was peaking, you're fucking high. Holy shit,
God, Sean, Jesus, more.
What?
I can't think of Canadians.
But let's be honest, Sean. Fudge is probably the best top laner. He's better than Biblos.
Definitely.
Okay, so he's better than Bwipo. He's far better than Uni by a long shot. I'm not delusional.
Impact's been playing pretty well. Leave my boy Impact alone. He's been playing great this split.
Impact is like a janitor. He just makes sure he does his job.
Fuck you. Impact is playing. Leave my boy out of this.
You're not even an EG fan. Shut the hell up.
I'm just saying, Impact's been playing good. Stop it.
Is he better than Vizicachi though? That's the real question.
I mean, those were the standards of coming in, right?
Yes, sadly, Vizicachi.
I don't know about that. I think we need like a Scion battle.
No, you don't, because he would ultimately lose that.
I think it's Vizicachi. Like, I'm looking, because I've become an Astralis fan since White Knight and them were there, because I think they have potential. And they're
Vizicachi.
Fuck off! Did you just say White Knight has potential?
No. I said Astralis is a big org, so they have the money to get the players. Like, they're slowly.
Think they do?
Okay.
Oh yeah, they
do.
From
CS:GO and stuff.
Have you seen their facility, dude? Like,
yeah,
they literally get a plane. They get a plane from Denmark to fly over to the Berlin studio.
Fuck?
It's a private plane. Like, they have a good. Like, people are sleeping on. They have money anyway.
All right, so let's just sum up the LPL right now. It's what's with LNG, dude? It doesn't feel like they're as dominant as most people thought they would be coming into this split too.
I think
same with Weibo Gaming. It just I don't know, man. I don't know, dude. Maybe it's just burnout is hurting them or something. Scrim's aren't going too well.
The meta just isn't going into favor, especially people like Ben and Alla for these teams. And I also just this is a pretty stacked year for LPL.
You got to remember too, spring split. There was more devs, and the game and the skirmishing and the fights are taking longer. So people that were getting solo kills and TVTs easier, it's taking longer. And now more teams are like getting outplays, and they're drawing to where, like, come on, when you're picking Kale, you know that it's like you're just counting down the levels at that point.
The Shy's Kale is disgusting. Oh my god!
When you start, like, for instance, OMG Shanji, he whipped out. They start banning his Shyvana. When you see Shyvana, you know the meta's messed up when Shyvana.
What's this thing in the LPL, dude, where none of these guys ban Kale when you pick them? There's a certain champion you pick Kale into, or they just generally think Kale is just right. They actually pick Kale a lot in the top in the LPL, like a lot.
Yeah.
Or even Nasus. Yeah. Nasus got a lot of wins too.
I didn't want to point out RNG and some other teams are behind in games out of the top of the standing. So RNG is the only one behind. I'm just saying they could lose all their games and then be out of a playoff spot right now over like Thunder Talk and FPX.
Stop it.
It can happen. It can happen.
Stop it. You're a fool if this man's talking coke.
He's been on coke since we've met this guy. That's
imagine if OMG and Thunder Talk both make playoffs.
OMG is actual. Just how does this team? I don't know. I think the only reason why OMG. I don't think they're bad. I don't think they're bad. I don't think they're bad, but it's like when you compare them to like any of the better rosters, I don't see them doing anything in playoffs to even make it.
No,
they go to playoffs, so they're probably get knocked out round one.
Shanji, Cream, and Abel are very good players. I think Sean could attest to that. Like, they're not.
I think the reason why they're doing very well is because of Cold. Cold's
Sean, Cream, I'll agree with you with, and Cold as well, but he has been lacking a bit recently, but still good. Abel, I haven't been paying attention to recently though, but that fucking int stays in my mind that he did that caught when they were like 5-0 in the LPL and they were playing this one team like this. It was LGD, and he just ran it down while they were ahead and cost them the whole fucking series and going undefeated. So that's just staying in my head.
Oh, Tian's actually been bouncing back. Honestly,
you know what?
On top esports.
Maybe Tian was actually the best part of FPX.
He was a secret agent trying to sabotage them last year.
What the fuck? He was like the worst player on FPX, and now he's like, hey, no, it's actually the best player.
Maybe at that point he lost faith in the team, man. He lost faith, and he's like, I can't do it. Tian of all people, crazy.
He was just going to like the love hotels every week instead of scrimming.
Now, this record right here with V5, where they're 8-0, they've actually had close individual games in the scoreline. I know they're actually 16-2 by game scoreline, but they've actually had close games, actually, if that makes sense. You know, not all their wins have been clean, but they're still a really very dominant team. actually right now. So yeah, that's it for the LPL 2022.
Wasn't XLB on Invictus at one point, or?
I don't think so.
I don't remember.
I don't remember, honestly.
I don't remember that guy's name.
But anyway, I just wanted to point. Do you think the hype is real with Rich, though, or do you think he's just doing his job? Because he is doing his job, and he is good, like solid for what he is, and has
what's up,
been
Chaz? How you doing, man?
on all of his teams.
Oh,
but a lot
of course, Chaz would say that.
Jesus fuck. But anyway, I mean, it's true, but but I mean, anyway, a lot of people have been fucking hyping it up more than that, though, and like gave him best top laner, like all pro team.
I mean,
you think?
I saw Rich when he was on Hots, because I used to watch that as well, and he's a very dedicated player. When he was on a good team, they won everything. So I think
do you think he's actually the best? Or?
No, wait, I remember Rich.
No, I think he's just
was
a
in the
solid.
LCK last year. He wasn't
was like beyond gaming or something.
Yeah, he was in the LCK last year.
He's on non-shim.
I remember. Or the Dynamics, whatever it was.
No, he's on non-shim as well. He was on non-shim.
But what was his first team? It was one that just.
It was Team Dynamics, and then they changed again to something else.
Yeah, I remember him being on Team Dynamics last year. I thought it was all right.
Yeah, Rich and Beyond were both really good.
Well, that's what you need. Sometimes you don't need a superstar. You just need a stable, reliable player in the top lane.
Yeah, and I think he's done that. He's done solid. I don't know if people are overhyping him, though, because they
not the best player,
they go even beyond that. Like, no, he's the best top laner.
No, I think
top laner.
I think Wayward.
They gave him all pro team first.
Dude, the Shy inting on Kale looks way better than Rich. Let's just be honest.
I think Wayward is the best top laner right now.
I think he's
top.
third.
Then who you got first? 369? What?
My boy Flandre up there.
The Shy I would have first, and second I would probably.
Captain Int.
Okay, he is, but he is so good, man. This guy is insane. Like I don't know why the Shy just chooses to just basically just int, even though he knows he could basically be the best top laner in the league. I don't know where that comes from.
Mm-hmm.
I guess he's just given into. He's like, I don't care about my KDA. I'm just gonna fight no matter what. Even if he loses in lane, he still is so much better than any opponent. He out team fights them. Out team fights them. Gets to objectives faster. He actually makes sure he's impacting the team when you're going to get Rift Herald. He just does a lot of stuff, honestly. You know, like I don't know why his laning phase has gotten worse. I don't know why he doesn't really give too much about that. Like they put a lot of resources into ganking him.
It's actually, like people catch up to skill level, and it's like you just like Faker's. Like right now, Faker's good, but I would say Showmaker's better. Even if you don't want to.
Jovi's also definitely better.
Definitely better, but like it's just the talent just starts to catch up.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Like, yeah. So that's it for the LPL 2022 summer.
Can you check anyone's Legends roster again? I just want to remember who was the top laner. Okay,
ZDZ?
Right. ZDD, right? Yeah. Okay. Where would you rank him, Warren? Out of like
fifth.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So, okay, I would have the Shy. Okay, I guess Wayward second, then like I would have Rich fourth, ZDZ fifth, and I don't know who'd be third. I guess.
Says you ain't shit. All right, so now that's it. Talking about the LPL 2022 summer split so far. I do happen to watch a lot of these games. Even my free time, I'll watch them. It's just a lot to keep up with all these teams, actually. But I do try my best, guys. I do. I definitely do. I'm rooting for my boys RNG. RNG, you will get back to the top, and I will not.
Fuck off. You're going to miss playoffs.
RNG is going to win the split. You heard it here right now.
They're going to miss Worlds, and it's going to show that MSI was a complete fluke, and it was just
that's what the fucking second place loser says. You can stay in second place with your loser.
It was a complete fluke, and it was just
Yep. I love it. Yep, keep going.
I'm keep going. Keep going. It was just the FPS.
That's exactly what the losers say.
And it was just T1's coaching that game 5 draft.
That's why you got so lucky.
They're going to show it by missing.
You.
No, they're going to show it by missing Worlds. All right, and furthermore, MSI tournaments don't matter. When you win like 6 of them, maybe then they'll equal 1 World title.
You'd be saying this man will be fucking.
Why do you?
I hate this guy so much.
Why are you
This
letting
tune
a
will be
serial
so
killer
different. This tune will be so
No,
different.
I said going into it, MSI is like 1/10 of the worth of fucking.
Oh
Worlds.
my god!
Wait, let me ask
God.
you, who's won MSI 3 times in a row now?
Hey,
let me know. Let me know who's won it.
hey man, T1 can barely even beat G2. Come on, Sean, stop it. Just kidding.
Oh, okay, Sean. Good. I just want to make sure that they've won 3 times.
All right,
now.
so it's actually we're gonna talk about the LCK right now because we have the match of the week for the LCK pop up as well. Gen G versus T1. After the first game, you're thinking like, damn, my boy Chovy gonna finally beat Faker and something. I mean, he's beaten Faker in the regular season before, but he hasn't really ever beaten Faker when it mattered. So I know people say, oh my god, it's Chovy's chance to finally stop Faker. Okay, so Chovy has beaten Faker in the regular season before. He's never actually beaten him in the finals. And by never, I mean like literally never.
Yeah, because there's just a team gap usually.
It's just a choking team gap. Faker plays better on the day. Faker's a better team player. Could be a myriad of things, honestly. So I'll ask you, Sean, before we cover the games, what did you think about the T1 Gen G series? Because I know you're just on Faker's dick like that. It's okay, dude.
What the fuck are you talking about? I've criticized him so many times. Just recently has been
so many times. Usually just once.
Yes, and just recently has been like the only times as of late where I've like given him more credit now. That and like at Worlds last year with his team play. Jesus Christ. But anyway, I mean, after game 1, I went to sleep. And then I woke up. Yeah, I woke up and I'm like, oh, wait, that happened. Never mind.
Yeah, so let's go over the games right now, people. All right, so the first game, I remember this. Yeah, Chovy was on Azir. Faker was on Swain. This was a pretty good game from Gen G all the way around because even after this game from Gen G, they faced DRX the next day. 2 match of the weeks, actually. Gen G faced T1, and Gen G also faced DRX. DRX and T1 and Gen G are all pretty much fighting for that first place spot in the standings. And T1 are now first place because they beat Gen G, right?
Mm-hmm.
They right now have the head-to-head. So
I believe
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah, so I was thinking after this game, dude, fucking, hey, Gen G are going to be undefeated in the LCK because, like, Gen G were, what, 6-0 or 5-0, whatever? Yeah, 6-0. T1 were 5-1. Ruler, Leyhands played great. Like, Leyhands is the guy that'll bring out the Singe in the bot lane. He'll bring out those random picks. Chovy, Peanut, Doran. Doran's been okay. I generally have never really been a fan of this guy. I've always think he's been less than subpar, pretty borderline average, but he gets
his job. He gets his job.
So you'd rather have Huni, is what you're saying.
Okay, that's just bottom of the. That's like Macy's.
I can't believe he actually made a fucking Worlds Finals. Jesus, but no, he gets his job done. Like Rich has the majority of years on the good teams, even if he's not great. But this year, though, he's struggled this year. Like
usually, like Chovy and Doran. Yeah, Chovy and Doran have been on the same team consistently. Like I guess Chovy likes playing with Doran because Doran knows he wants to be the guy to take a back seat, sacrifice, and be that team player,
Yes, and he does well the majority of years, but this year he's kind of dropped off. Same thing with, I think, Sandbox, was it? Or
Live Sandbox right now?
The team with Closer, yeah. Who's the top laner again?
Oh,
Dove. Dove.
Or Dudu.
In spring, Dudu's been well. He's on HLE, but it was the same thing with Dove, but then he fucking played horrendous in spring. But apparently that team's doing good now. I haven't had the time to catch up on their game still, so I guess I'll see. But anyway, so yeah, they're kind of dominating them this game, just whipping their dicks out. I can't believe they keep letting teams pick Jinx in these comps. It's just it's like the new 200 years of Phelios. You just easily look amazing
against DRX. DRX kept for 2 games in a row. DRX let Ruler have Lucian when he completely just butt fucked them for about 40 minutes on the champion. They're like, you know what? Yeah, we just want to lose again. What? Why are teams so confident they can beat a player on a champion they know they can't beat him on? Why are people so many free games in League have been given over to players just because a team is so like prideful. They don't want to ban a certain champion because it's giving them that many issues.
Listen, you have to understand there are certain systems in place.
Oh yes, I love these systems. Please explain it to me, actually.
Yeah, the systems are basically. No, I can't. No, I can't. I was going to say something.
I want to ask you too. I want to ask you too. Do you think Zeus is the best top laner in the world? Like a lot of people hyping up.
No, what the fuck?
He's really good. He's playing really great.
No.
Of course, Warren doesn't.
Me and Sean both said at the same time, so we know what the hell we're talking about.
Yes, swap Kana and Zeus, and they would be looking the same on both of their teams right
Kana
now.
dick sucker! Oh my god!
I'm not a Kana dick sucker. He was playing like the fucking best as the best top laner at Worlds last year, but besides that, I'm not a dick sucker. I do like him, but it's just the truth. Swap them. It's just the teams.
If we're talking about the best top laner in the world, right?
Or is he at least top 5 in the world?
Yes, he's top 5.
Okay, because everyone keeps saying this guy is so flexible. I've seen this guy only play Jace, Gangplank, and Gnar, and Kennen. I don't want to say I play Kennen ever again. That was
horrible. Sometimes he
plays Jax sometimes.
Sometimes he likes to int on Jace as well.
You mean on Kennen? Wrong one, right?
That too. Yeah, he is not that flexible. People are so dumb.
Yeah, like everyone's saying he's like the most flexible top laner in the world. The Shy is way more flexible. The Shy actually picks Kayle and wins lane. That is disgusting.
Yeah, no, the Shy is the best again right now, I would say. He just needs to stop inting a bit, but he's the best again, I think.
I don't know about that, Sean. It's definitely not the Shy. Like, the Shy has... It's not like Angel is bad or SOFM or Wangfang is bad. That team should be way better, so... I can't give any excuses, man. It's like that team should be better.
Actually really good.
It should be way better.
Team? Yeah, that team is actually pretty stacked. You look at their players on their roster.
If I had to say right now, it's not even being biased. I think if you look from his career and how he started, I think Breeze is probably the best top laner right now because he's been on 3 different teams and he's always performed well. He was on OMG, he performed well. WE performed well. BLG, he performed well, and right now he's performing well on RNG. So if I had to pick someone,
K4, what's up, dude? What's up, folks? Remember, we may all make fun of TSM, but we are all TSM fans at heart. That is true. That is definitely true, right, Warren?
No.
All right, so as you guys know, Genji defeat T1 in the first match. Faker in the second game. This was actually close. The more it went on. So Faker during the game, he switched the rune that switches your fucking summoner spells. Genji made a play to get back in the game, and they actually almost got back into it. But Faker switched his summoner spell out and actually stole the Baron away from them when they were actually trying to do it. So, like, hey, Faker.
Good job, Carrier. Good job there.
Yeah, Carrier, man, this guy is on fire. This guy is insane, dude.
That was sarcastic. You fucking stole his kill.
What a fucking shut the fuck up. Oh my goodness. Praise this man for all these great fucking support.
Why did you kick Warren?
No, he said he needs to restart his computer really quickly.
Oh, that motherfucker.
So, yes, the second game, Faker plays Cassandra. Gumayusi plays the Draven. Draven and Pyke, extremely oppressive lane. The fact that Gumayusi was like, I'm going to pull out Draven and just fucking manhandle Ruler. I was like, okay, there you go. When he got those adoration stacks, when he finally got those kills, I was like, oh, that's so much gold. There's absolutely no way they should lose this game. The fact that this game was almost actually stolen away from them because of their minor bad decision making at a certain part of the game when they were overextending, that's very dangerous. Like they could have very well just lost this game, given how what's the word I could probably use for it? Given how tense it was, given how like the minor decisions in these games is what really saved T1 in this specific game in general. Okay, so I don't know how Sean feels about this game. What did you think about this game actually?
I don't really have an opinion, honestly. It's just kind of typical from T1 versus Genji. This is kind of how it usually goes. Genji plays dominant one game, another game T1 has the lead, but they kind of throw it, but then still win, and then the next game's T1 just dominates.
I'm pretty sure they traded right here. Yep, they traded. I remember this. Yeah, they traded right here. Doran's like, yeah, I'm going to beat the best top player in the world. No, that's not how that works. It's even worse on Gangplank. And I want to explain to the viewers, too. The reason why that's worse on Gangplank to trade like that is because Gangplank actually needs to scale with the game. So if he dies, that means you won't be getting to your lane to get your CS. You're going to take less farm because the wave is also bouncing toward Zeus. So it's actually worse for him to actually die right there. So I didn't even know, oh, that was disgusting right there. Because you're thinking like Ruler's going to live through that. And like, no, I guess the Draven is just too strong. But yes, one of the biggest points of the game was the Draven pick. And I like that he pulled that out. I think a lot more people should put out counter picks like that. I don't know why Pro Play doesn't do that. Like, you know, in solo queue, people aren't afraid to just pull out a counter, even though they think it'll work because it's just a direct counter as a champion to another champion, right? I don't know why in Pro Play they don't do that more. But I understand it has to fit with the composition. And I understand it has to go with what the team might want, or it might be not what the coach wants. But I think that would evolve the game more years to come if like the pro players and the coaches understand there's many more champions in the League of Legends game than just who you get to play on certain patches, you know? Like, depending on how your early game goes, you can make anything happen, actually, you know? But I think it was right here they cut out Peanut, actually. Like, this is the thing with Gen G. This is my problem with them overall. Like, I think they've been playing well this split, actually. But it seems like when they face against T1, they just, I want to say choke. There's just a skill difference there because Peanut is actually not really that good. He's just all right, you know. As all these years have went by, he's just all right. Doran is just all right, you know. But Doran and Peanut, I mean, Peanut's won LCK titles before, actually on Team 1 before. That's crazy. But you know, I don't know if Doran and Peanut are going to be the players to get them wins over Team 1 if they're going to be in the finals. Actually, now right here is when they got the turn. They managed to pick off Faker. They picked off the Draven. So, yeah, you're like, damn, we can start the Baron up, which is what you should do right now because there's 3 people. But then Leyhands walks into Fog of War on his own side of the map and gets killed. You're like, why would you even go right there? You don't have to, like, invest that much time into Kyria into killing him. They could have just all walked toward the Baron on that side of the map around it and not get hit by Kyria's, what's it called, a Bone Skewer, actually. So now they've wasted too much time. Now Gumayushi and Faker are going to be back up. Now they start the Baron. Okay? And what's this thing with teams starting Baron nowadays? All the regions do this. Teams just randomly start Baron when they don't need to. Their comps are scaling, right?
Because they want to force out TPs and win the 5v5.
But do you need to if your team is going to scale up in the game and you're going to win just naturally?
I love how they make the wrong decisions each time as well.
And they put, well, okay,
because,
but the thing is, if you're
right here, why would they challenge for this? Faker could easily steal this with his ult.
The thing is, if they turn, they're supposed to really turn, and then they win the fight, they get the Baron.
So you're saying it's just bad in-com decision-making, right?
No, the composition they have is good for T5. Like, you got
sorry, the communication
between
the players.
Yeah, because, like, they have fine skill, and you have GP that can just, a barrel will boom because he
Barrel boom? Is that what he
Barrel boom is like a 2-shot if he goes the right build. Akali can have easy access in the backline. It's going to outscale the Lissandra, and then
Ashe will be way more useful than Draven as the game goes
Renata
on.
ult in a 5v5 is disgusting, and then you got a good, decent initiation.
I agree. Gen G actually have the better composition in general.
Right.
T1 just have the better early game composition to actually get you leads.
Right.
Like,
right here, split push.
Right here, they start Baron, okay? Like, right here, you just instantly turn. You just get off the Baron and you just turn. Then if Faker wants to come up and tries to actually get in, you simply just kill him too. What can Faker do against 5 people? And an Ashe right there. He should have never got in there to do that.
Well, first of all, why would you do Baron with such low mana? Like, shit. Like,
you see my point?
I would have. There's still standing gold on. Well, there's like, you have the lead. Like, if you can easily get like top tower. Mm-hmm. Drake is gonna be up. Like, I mean, they're standing gold because I'm looking at they're red side, so they get, if they kill them or just fight, they get like a lot of gold, and
Right.
they get Drake position. I don't know if they felt they were at a good
Well, they were
point
losing
on
most
items.
of the game up until that point. Up until the point they got those picks, they were actually losing the game. So they probably thought to themselves, we got a few picks off the most important carries with Sanjo and Draven. Let's just go and get Baron. But to effectively make sure you... What's the word I could probably say? To make sure you effectively get those picks to do what you need to do when you pick off the most important people in a composition, you have to get the objective the best way you can. Not just panic and get it, right? Because it just feels like in that moment, they just panicked to get the objective when they ultimately thought that they could have got back into the game, actually, or they could have just waited, played it out, potentially bait Faker to come in along with the others, not let Gnar get so close to them when they can poke them out with Ashe, Renata, and you have a GP to poke Gnar out as well. So, yeah, guys, Gen G end up losing this match up against T1. T1, I'm pretty sure, are actually in first place right now in the LCK 2022 Summer Split. And then after this, we'll be talking about the LEC. So let me go to the LCK right here. Give me a second after that. And then we'll be talking about LCS, actually. So yeah, sorry, I was very, very busy this past weekend. Actually, there was something that happened on my main YouTube channel that I had to take care of, and I was gonna have the show that Wednesday, but something came up with my main YouTube channel to the point where I had to take care of that first, and then by the time I got that all sorted out, because it was actually a lot to do, there was no time for this show. And as you guys know, the Cloud9 podcasts are on Wednesdays at 4 p.m. PST, where we cover a few of the BO3s from the LPL and the LCK, and then mostly we cover the LEC and the LCS.
Yeah, you see, that's what happened with the LCS this week. You see, MSK's channel got suspended, so they all took care of that. That was very important.
Dude. Oh, as you guys know, the LEC and the LCS took a break this week, actually. And, that's the first time that's ever actually happened in a regular split. I've never seen both regions just take a break for a week. Now, China and Korea both still played, and there's an issue that people had on Twitter with that. They're like, wait, why are the Western players taking a week off, but the Asian players are still playing? It's like, dude, I don't know. What do you want me to tell you? People get tired, man. A break is always good. I'm just saying, a break is always good.
Different cultures. Also, sometimes teams in LPL and LCK do take like a longer break at points in the season since there's so many games.
Yeah. Also, LPL has Chinese New Year, so they definitely get a break, a long one at a certain point.
Too. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Russia definitely got a break, but.
Oh Lord. Oh good. Jesus Christ. This guy's crazy. Give me a second. All right, so here is the LCK standings right now. I don't know if you guys are watching all the other games. I'm watching Gen G, T1, and Damwon games.
I haven't fully caught up on it yet, but I've watched.
Live Sandbox is actually a surprise. They're not bad.
Where are they in the standings? Last time you showed them, they were like middle of the pack. Please don't tell me they're like top of the standings now.
You got your wish.
What the?
Okay, they're actually not bad.
Okay, look. Now, again, whatever happens in Spring Split happens in Spring Split. Whatever I say they performed like that, it's just that. But they were literally like the worst team. Like even though they didn't finish last in the standings, they looked like the worst team in Spring, even worse than Hanwha Life. They had like
they showed up a lot of the weaknesses, dude. They actually have.
Yeah, like they still have the same roster, really?
Yep. What? Dove, Croco, Closer, Prince, Kale. Yep.
Okay, so I'm guessing Closer now playing like Faker, like as people thought. Croco's playing amazing again. Kale and Dove returned to form, and Prince. I'm still not a huge fan of Prince, but I'll see how he does in these games. But yeah, I haven't had time to watch Sandbox and some other teams, but besides that, I'm mostly caught up.
It's crazy. Before I'm actually able to go to bed, Live Sandbox games always play. They get those games right out of the way.
Yeah.
Thank you, LCK. Thank you for getting Live Sandbox games right out of the way.
Jesus, fuck. Really? Come on. They won one game. Fuck, they ruined it. They ruined it. Breon, come on.
They won a single game? Oh, my goodness.
God damn it. Who the fuck was it? Who was it?
Oh, Damwon.
You motherfuckers.
Damwon right now, if they just figure out how to utilize their bot lane in whatever way they want to utilize them, they'll be a lot better. It's
They
not
were very
skill.
good last year. It's just
Like,
they're
dude,
not utilizing them.
it's not skill. It's not anything else to do with the game. Well, it's a lot to do with the game, but Damwon and the coaching staff and Showmaker, Canyon, and Naguri, they have not figured out how they want to utilize their bot lane. This every time they play, if you watch any Damwon game, the bot lane has an idea. I don't know, just they'll be taking turret plates. Then Canyon and
they got
Showmaker.
2 Nuggeries. Damn.
Oh shit! And then you'll have a where like the bot lane is taking turret plates. Then Canyon and Showmaker start fighting someone, right? But the bot lane isn't on the same page with them when they want to turn. And you think I'm making this up? No, this is consistently happening. The decision making or who's leading the team is very suspect right now. They're not even bad. Like Naguri's not been bad. Canyon's not really been bad. Neither is Showmaker. Like Keelan and Canyon don't have as good synergy as Beryl and Canyon. Showmaker doesn't have as good synergy with Keelan as Beryl and Showmaker. It's just, I don't know if Damwon is going to do well this year at all. I think you just kind of write this year off as just a loss, honestly. You just, hopefully you can go to Worlds. Hopefully you can do well there. Maybe if the meta is favorable for you.
I mean, they get 4 spots regardless, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. But DRX should be better than them. I don't know what's happening with them right now. Yeah, well, I don't know what's happening with them right now.
What, you don't want Kwangdong to make it so you can get that icon, the Kwangdong?
Jesus Christ. All right, so that's it for the LCK. Let's go to the LEC.
Oh, fuck. Hey,
the LEC 2022 summer split. Fuck you, Sean, actually.
Fucker, I wanted to see something quickly on LCK.
Fuck you. What do you need from me?
Bastard.
What do you need from me? You got ratioed earlier. Shut the fuck up.
No, I didn't. I'm going to explain that, bitch. Okay, so listen, Warren, to tell the story, basically there's some fucking guy with like 30,000 followers, just this news guy who also talks films. He made this tweet. I just peacefully, civilly said my opinion on it, and then he replied saying, your opinion's shit. Like, what the fuck? Okay, MSK thinks he ratioed me just because I got 6 likes on my tweets and he got like 15 likes. However, I showed it to my friends on Discord. I'm like, look at this fucking idiot. And then other people on Twitter saw it. Guess how many replies trashed him he got? 40. So no, he got ratio destroyed. And then I just hit his comment. Reply and fucking blocked his ass. Fuck you, Bobby.
Oh my god, you are such a fucking pussy.
No, fuck off. What do you mean, pussy? He got ratioed, so there's nothing pussy about. I'm just, Jesus Christ, what a toxic motherfucker.
Oh shit. Okay, so let's talk about the LEC teams. So I'll talk about Team Vitality first. You know, going into the split, you think like, damn, they're gonna swap out Selfmade and they're gonna put in Haru. And they might get on the same page and it'll look a whole lot better. No. They're just a really, really middle-of-the-pack team. If any of these other teams, like Astralis, Misfits, SK Gaming, Team BDS, if they had better players, they would potentially outplace Team Vitality. I'm not saying Team Vitality can't have a better surge in the split starting this week, but right now, it just personally looks like this is going to be a middle-of-the-pack team. I still don't think the bot lane's that good. Alfari has not been that good, despite what a lot of people have been saying. You know,
Alfari's just...
Perks has been their best player. Like, we praised Perks last split, and people were like, no, you guys are just Perks dick suckers. Okay, sure, whatever.
Yeah,
whatever.
No, has definitely been their best player. He's returned to form now. At the start, he was playing poor, but then he quickly, like the first week,
he actually scaled with the split. He's actually, and then people just gave him shit for that for those Akali games. Guys, there's nothing you can do at that point. What do you want him to do?
Yeah, and then Haru's been, he isn't like a good player necessarily, but just in this like with what he needs to do and with Perks, he's been solid. Everyone else has been sucking.
Let's stop it.
Did you see Haru play Belveth? That was horrible.
Guys,
that looked like
simple.
Shit.
Yeah.
This is what I taught. Me and Sean talked, and we said somebody's not taking a backseat, and they forced Selfmade on the team. And everybody's like, well, no. There's too many chiefs talking in the tribe of the Indians.
Yes.
No, but like that's the problem. Like
Yes, and Haru isn't a good player. Like he played poorly on that one game MSK talked about. He's played poorly on a lot of chaps, but he's still looked way better than Self-Made so far. Has done his job.
No, he hasn't.
Yes.
I don't think he has, dude.
Yes, he has.
No,
For what?
Sean,
for vitality standards.
Listen. No, but Sean, listen. Self-Made is a I carry jungler type of player. He wants the game to be, and he feels the game should be. Well, and to an extent, there's a lot of powerful junglers right now, like Volibear, like Diana, like Belveth, like even with the nerfs, Viego is still good, and he feels that's the way the game is played. That's why he even said, because I watch Self-Made streams, because he's a very good jungler.
Yeah, you and him are just alike. Your skin tone is the same.
Yeah, clearly. I just, I was in the sun a little bit longer. Just the team, personally, listen, this is going to sound weird. I would swap out Shigenda for Alfari, because then you're playing through Perts in the bot lane. And it's like, all right, Shigenda, you're off in your little island on Alfari, because it's just, you cannot, there's only certain ways you play the game. And it's three people trying to play a game a different way. And when, like you said, MSK, if let's say Misfits and Astralis, because I don't know what's going on with SK, they should be a little bit better than where they are now. Personally, I'm a bit disappointed myself.
No, they shouldn't.
I'm not even, dude. Vizicachi has the most solo deaths of all the top laners in the league.
Probably
all players. No, you fucking trash, dude.
Like if Vizicachi if Vizicachi just literally cleaned up his act, they would be at least, I would say, 4-4 and 3 right now. I could say they'd be 4 and 3, but like
I don't think Jinkyu's been their problem. I think Jinkyu's been
I don't think anybody besides Vizicachi's been the problem.
Dude. Yeah, like that's my thing, and that's the thing with nepotism in esports is Vizicachi just got a job just because they're his friends, and they have to know he's not that good anymore. Dude, he has the most solo deaths of any player in the league.
Here's the thing. I think what's going to happen.
He got killed by Aggressivo.
He got killed by Irrelevant as well.
That's even worse. That's even worse.
He did shit in Worlds play-ins in the regional league, and they're like, yeah, and he's like 29 years old, and they're like, yeah, that guy deserves a spot.
The problem is, Sean, is that they have him for shot calling and like decision making in the game, which they were lacking with that's what they said, right?
Yes,
I
but
agree.
They could find better players for that.
I agree, and I think what's going to happen is if he underperforms, don't be surprised if they swap him out for somebody if they swap him to the NLC team, because I watched that, because that's the Astralis academy sort of team. Don't be surprised if they swap him out, because let's be honest, if it was Herod on that team, they're fourth. They're fourth, straight up. They're fourth, because they're not playing bad. The Yor's been looking good. Kabe has, Kabe was always would hear, oh, he's like the second-rate Reckless. He's been playing super aggressive since he's been with Jonghoon. So. And Xerxes, since he's been back, he's been pathing and playing pretty good.
I think that will drop off. That always happens with Xerxes. He plays good at the start and then drops off.
Yeah, but Immortals was a bad team. Look at them; they're still going.
I'm happy. Let's go. I'm happy. Gadget has been playing now. I'm happy.
Let's go.
What are those?
Let's go bottom to top. Okay. Team BDS.
Yeah. They have potential. They're just young and stupid.
SK Games.
Wait, no. What the fuck was that? No.
They have potential. They're just young and stupid.
I will give you. I think they're dog shit. But I will give you this at least. There are moments where you could see them winning a bit more games than their record shows.
They should have been. There's two teams.
But actually, no. Hold on. 3 with 4, and actually, what.
But at no point during that game, when you were watching it, there was no point.
MSK,
I believe the Fnatic players. There was no point in that game the Fnatic players are sweating losing to beat Team BDS. No way.
Yes,
MSK,
absolutely.
they should have been 3 and 4. They had games.
They should have won maybe 1 or 2 more games.
They should be 3 and 4. I'm not putting them more than that.
I agree with that.
Maybe even I'll even say 2 wins. I think they're bad. I think they're generally bad.
Yes,
They're not that bad.
Aggressivo has actually done well, and
Yeah, Aggressivo's good.
Yeah,
Plus, what's up, man?
Orote or whatever his name is has not done terrible, and
Eradote.
Eradote and Syncroft and Nuclear Int were honestly great.
Ryan, what's up, man?
Are honestly great last split. It's just that this split seems like this split they fucking given up on their team.
I don't know.
X-Man is still shit, not as shit as before. He's the biggest problem.
This is my thing. I think that week was just one of those things that happens in BO1s. I don't think they keep up that level of performance. If they do that this week, I will come up here and say you're right. If they do that this week.
Like honestly, Fnatic got away with murder. XL should have been 6-1 right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because Fnatic went 2-0 this week. Actually, they beat G2. I know that for sure, and they beat Astralis. Yeah.
XL. As much as I think Nukeduck is playing well, they need like I said. I think at the end of the split, I wouldn't be surprised if VTO's like, you know what, this team has a better shot at making worlds. Like
when I told you guys about Rogue. Rogue is starting to definitely come online now. I think it's one of those things. They are though. Are BDS good?
Are they like if Visitachi wasn't inting? Do you think they would have lost that game?
They got handily destroyed in that game. Astralis did.
Yeah, but all the Rogue players were like, they don't like Jonghu's Pike. So if Visitachi just played with more than half a brain, and they would they would have won.
What do you think about SK Gaming? Because they've been getting.
I don't know, man.
Like, clapped. Hard.
I don't know. I think they should just say play through. Honestly, if they could hear this, I would play through Certus and Genax, because every time they play through Jesu, it just is not working.
I'm sorry, man. Jesu's not good. I'm sorry, dude. He's not good. And I don't know why Tweets wants to play with him.
Genax isn't good anymore either.
I know this week the games we're talking about they use Gadget. I think they should just play Gadget. I'm sorry, they just play Gadget.
Yeah, no, Gadget. He was on that Unicorns of Love team that made it out of.
He was their best player, actually. Yeah, he was actually pretty solid.
No, actually, their mid.
If you fucking say that mid laner, I'm yeeting you out of here.
No Man's was good at that time. He's now shit. Again, the players after that, after Worlds and after those 2 years and shit, and against Splice and shit, they were shit. But before that, No Man's was good, and so was their jungler, despite the blabber-esque fucking NC mage. Just the whole team pretty much. So besides that time, they had Edward. Edward was shit. But
this is just my thing with Team BDS. I think the week they did that they looked well, that people thought, if you can do it consistently, then I'll look at you. But those past few games, they were bad.
Blame Grabs is doing his
job. I'm not blaming Grabs. I'm not blaming Grabs at all. I think there are moments in some of the games where they could do a lot better than what their record shows. They could have. They should have a few more wins on the board. I'll at least say that.
I still think they're second last, but they should be 3 and 4.
Yeah, I can say that. SK Gaming, I don't know what's going on with this roster.
They're the worst by far. They were second worst last year just because of Astralis. Now they're the fucking worst. Jesus Christ.
Hey, Misfits pulled off an upset against Mad Lions. So are we on the Misfits hype train? No,
fuck off.
Why? The fact that Schlackton, why the fuck are people giving Schlackton Lee Sin? Why are you picking Lee Sin on a durability patch? And how are they winning with it? That make no sense.
Schlackton is just he's basically
a cheaper Proxa.
No, he's basically a weak top side version of a jungler, if that's even possible for VTO. That was him last split, but it actually paid off, and then he won Rookie of the Year somehow. But yeah, now he's just total shit. Jesus Christ, that too irrelevant. He's not been bad under the circumstances, but yeah, I'd rather have Aggressivo would have been better if they still had him there, but to replace him. Again, Neon has been one of the better players and probably the best player during this time because Mercer's useless and
get rid of the fish
and VTO's been he's giving up on his team at this point.
I mean, but yeah, they got to win against they went 2-0 this past week. I mean, I don't know, man. This is the volatility of BO1s. We know they're not that good. We know they suck. But BO1s...
Yeah, no, the bad one was a fluke, and the BDS one was they were both flukes, actually. They were actually just both flukes.
Misfits and SK Gaming are the worst teams. Well, I mean, EU has 3 really bad teams. These teams are dookie.
Yeah, but also SK again, Genax should actually just go to NA next year. He's done. And just get his paycheck, and then who's
dude,
jungler again?
He could go to TSM Academy.
Oh, yeah,
I hear they need players, actually. You know.
Fuck's sake. Wait. They do. On what's recent shit
TSM
happened?
The TSM news we'll talk about after this. Actually.
Okay, because I'm behind because I've been out of the zone like for the past week. But also yeah, Gilius. Again, I like Gilius for what he does, and he was fucked over by...
I'll say this, dude. Gilius, actually, he's been making plays.
Yes,
none of the players are good enough to capitalize on anything.
He was fucked over by Astralis. He does his job. He's not one of the best junglers in LEC. He's like still only like 8. But he does belong there in that area.
I'll say this. For the SK Gaming games, Gilius actually does make things happen, but none of the players are good enough to capitalize on shit.
Stop sending him. I guarantee they would get at least one win this week if they stop sending him bot lane. Like, just let them bleed and let them just stop.
Yeah.
Genax needs to I know Genax has gotten a lot of good wins on Urgot. They need to give Genax Urgot. They need to give Gilius Lee Sin and just play through that lane, or you give fucking Certus Azir or Rise or something.
Sorry, I still don't like Certus. I still think he's just painfully mediocre.
It's better to play through that guy than fucking...
No, like who was the one guy that was on fucking XL the one year that the guy that starts with a C, that one mid laner?
Shekelad?
Yeah, he's like the new version of that basically, and then Jesus dogs. Again, I'm so happy for Gadget. He deserved it. Work his way up. He's solid. But what the fuck were those picks? What Tom Kent on him? Why was he playing Tom Kent? What the fuck is? It's like he saw that one game where he played Orianna bot, and he's like, "Oh, this guy's a bot. Yeah, just give him Tom. Get the fuck off." But anyway, and then somebody please rescue Treats. Just rescue him, please.
Okay.
Send help.
Done with the bottom tier teams right now.
Yeah, done.
Okay. Astralis, they're at where I thought they'd be. I mean,
I see them getting 6th or 5th. 6th or 5th is reasonable.
It's not. I mean, they'd be in playoffs.
Warren, I almost called you jaded for a moment, but Warren, look, they have improved. Besides Visit Chachi, it's hard to say who's worse, him or fucking White Knight, because he's worse than fucking
making a great case for it right now.
He's worse in 1v1s and team fights, but I mean, at least he doesn't lose a tower in fucking 8 minutes.
But hey, dude, Visit Chachi plays Orin. That's the League of Legends community told me he's good because he plays Orin for the team.
But besides that, they improved as expected. They'll get 7th or something, but they're not making playoffs. What happened was they just at the start and the first week and shit, they played the weakest teams. That's all.
I mean, but they like the games they had against the top teams. You could see them be getting
yes,
it's
but
not
still not enough to take it over the edge. They're enough to compete, but not come close to winning.
Okay, I'll say this: they'll be a maybe borderline playoff team.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
6 at most, but
yeah.
But I mean, okay. So you're telling me that let's look at I guess Mad, but I think Mad is one of those frauds.
You're high.
You are on drugs. This guy's on drugs.
Well, look how they started and look where they are now.
Way better. What?
Warren, you're always 2 of those losses, the Fnatic one and the fucking Misfits one, were both flukes.
That rogue game was Mad Lions playing well for the entirety of the game, and one Ezreal ult saved.
It was rogue. It was rogue. Yeah, but yeah, that one, and then also the fucking
Misfits one. I can give you that was their fault. They lost the game. I can give you that.
Yeah, they shouldn't lose games like that. You shouldn't lose games like that when the teams are that. When you can't. If you're gonna say this team's bad, then you have to let the top team. You have to make the top team accountable as well.
Why are you saying they're frauds though? What?
Because Armin is not
sad lions.
So you're telling me right now that Armin is a top 5 top laner?
No.
Okay. Like,
No, but they're definitely a top 4 or top 5 team at
oh,
least.
stop it! No way. They're not making Worlds.
Ow.
You're delusional if you think they're gonna make.
Well,
Worlds.
did I say Worlds? I said top 4 or top 5.
Oh, they're top 4. Okay, but they're not. They're top 5. They're 5th place at best. They're not better
No,
than
they're
G2.
5th place at like worse. They're better than Vitality. They're better than Astralis.
I'll give you that, but
They're much better. They're about on par with Excel. They're about on par with Excel, I would say. Also, remember, strength of schedule too matters, but they've had easy. Have they had easier teams? I think they have.
They've had.
They've had a mix of both.
Okay, but Vitality SK pretty easy. Rogue One was pretty hard. Okay, so not that much. No, they've had. It's hard to say. Yeah, you're right. It's about a mixture of both. Yeah,
it's a mixture of both. Like, you gotta make them accountable, man. Like, you don't come on, man.
I think they're definitely good, but they have parts of the game where they're not exactly sure about what they should be doing. If that makes sense.
Let's be honest.
But with Niski, you can't deny with Niski they've gotten a whole lot more better and a whole lot more consistent.
Yeah, but let's be. It's because they don't have a shot call, because that's what Humanoid did, and Reeker was as a rookie. Like, that's like they're band-aiding what they lost.
I'm not saying you're wrong, but for right now, they needed someone like Niski to not be Reeker, and it's definitely working out for them. Like, Niski plays much better with Aloye, he plays much better with Kaiser. Unforgiven's actually pretty good. You know?
I mean, what's so funny? SK Gaming had him on their academy team.
Good job, SK Gaming. Good job. You win the gold medals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they had so many players on their academy team.
They had so many players, and they're just they can be a cheap org. That's the problem.
Yeah, they're like what's the LCS team that does that again? Fucking
Dignitas.
Yeah, CLG or something like that.
Well, no, not Dignitas, not CLG. It was the ones that had all those fucking young players, and they keep just getting rid. Oh yeah, 100 Thieves. God.
What?
All right, let's go to the other top 4 teams: Excel, Fnatic, and Rogue, and G2. G2 lost both games this week. They lost the match of the week, and they lost to Mad Lion. So definitely a tough strength of schedule, playing two of the top teams in the league. Obviously, now you guys asked me this, I think last week when we did the show. And you guys asked me, do I think they're going to have that slump finally? This might be the time for that MSI slump. This might be it. If they lose their games coming up this week against Misfits and SK Gaming, then they're definitely in that MSI slump. Because people talk about that MSI slump, but they don't actually give the real context to it. It could happen at any point to the team that won spring. It doesn't have to initially happen at the beginning part of summer. It could happen right now. Could they be in that MSI slump phase finally, where they just kind of slump for a bit, then pick it up toward the back end of the split? If they lose their games this week, then I would probably be in that camp. But I don't know. How do you guys feel, actually? Because Fnatic destroyed them pretty hard. Broken Blade has not been playing good. I'm not sure according to that. He's been not playing good. There's been games where the bot lanes hasn't been performing as well as we know they can. Caps and Yankos are still their best players, but you need more than just them to win in the game now.
MSK? That, and I blame. Look at you.
The you? Is that in English?
I was about to say some vile stuff out of my mouth.
Good guy.
The problem is that hype that got all up into their heads about they're 12-0, they're the best team, blah blah blah, and blah blah blah, and look how they ended. And it's like, calm yourself.
That shit was just some bullshit fucking circle jerking by the biased casters.
Yeah,
I love circle jerking.
So much bias, and now it's like, okay, you guys are human.
Yeah, we did tell you, MSK, when we predicted G2 S tier and said they would win spring. We did say they would just be semis at MSI and would not be as good in summer. Did we not say that?
You guys are basically just prediction gods. What can I say?
I know. Thank you.
Yeah, just gods.
But
this is what I'll say. But this is what I'll say. Like, do you guys think they're in their post MSI slump right now, or do you think it was just a bad week based off strength of schedule? It could just be. I mean, I don't know. It could be a myriad of reasons. You know. Also, they should stop picking Vi for Yankos. They should probably stop doing that.
Yeah, I don't know why they're picking Vi when like...
Vi's just. I don't know. It's one of those scrim champions. Does well in scrims on stage. It looks like shit. Probably. What do you think? What do you think? You fucking
There's-
bastard, cocksucking
There's
bitch.
better champions. Stop it. They're just delusional and stupid,
Mhm.
and they try to be disrespectful by picking Vi.
Yeah.
I mean, it's against Team BDS. I mean, if there's any team you're gonna do it against, it would be against them.
Let's
Yes,
be
but-
honest.
They need
You
to
can
stop
fix
doing
Zinzao.
that, though. They should
You
have
can-
learned with what Rogue did against Astralis last split.
I guarantee if G2 had regular normal drafts and stop instead of thinking that they're T1 of LEC, they would win. They would have been at least 5-2 right now.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, they would.
Like,
But
Broken Blade definitely hasn't been good either. I think that's weighing them down right now. But because what can Broken Blade really do for them? He doesn't really play any champions well right now. Even the ones he plays well are pretty underwhelming. Like, I'm just being honest here, dude. Any champion that's supposed to be a carry for him is super underwhelming, and he gets destroyed in lane 2, and he loses them advantage on the map. You know? It's like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just thinking too much about it, or maybe I'm just a genius, actually. K-Dot says, eat my ass.
no, I don't think. I think this break might actually be beneficial for them.
Yeah, potentially the break might be good for a lot of teams, like Ryan said earlier. All right, let's talk about Rogue. Rogue wins.
Fraud.
Fuck you. They went 2-0. They beat a team they were close in the standings with, Excel, who have looked pretty solid overall. You know, the split, they've really showed up their form. Then you also have them beating SK Gaming, which is pretty easy because SK Gaming are just trash.
Fraud.
So, to me, Rogue are skilling like I said they would. They've been looking a lot better for each week. You guys were down on Rogue, and I was like, nah, stop
They're
it.
still not making
Astralis,
worlds.
top four.
No,
They're not
no, that's
making
not what I
worlds.
said.
They're still not making worlds.
not
I
what I
guarantee
said.
that.
Rogue will
I-
make worlds. Come on, Warren.
I said team figured out Rogue, but they'll still be at the top, still at worst top 5 going into the season. And I did say in last week's predictions that they would go like 0-2, even though I thought that with how the
It
matches
would
were.
go like 0-2. How
fuck
you
off.
feel about that one right now?
No, I
Wait,
said
look-
sorry.
look-
2-0. My bad.
Like, look who they. I mean,
Okay, the XL has been playing good this split though. You can't
XL
deny that.
almost won. Like the thing is that Rogue. I don't know. I don't know if this meta is supposed to favor actually Larson, but yet he's playing subpar on like the control, like Quirky, Victor. They're all supposed to be good.
Mm-hmm.
Even Oriana, Rise not so much, but like Azir, like this is literally Larson's meta, but I don't understand why he's not popping off. Trimby has been pretty fine. Comp has been. That's another guy that had this high ass ego and now has learned that he's a kid, so he needs to calm his ass down. Odoamne's been a rock. Marong hasn't even. I mean, I don't know. They're just a better vitality at the end of the day. That's what I look at them.
Yeah, and also they've been together, not about been together for longer. It's also they know how they want to play the game. That's something that the Rogue rosters have always had over like a lot of the other LEC teams that are not G2 and Fnatic. They know how they want to play the game based off the coaching being really well for them. Like Rogue's coaching is honestly not talked about enough. Like Freddy 112 has been able to get multiple Rogue rosters on the same page, different players with different play styles and how they want to see the game on the same page enough to play out the game in a specific way for them.
But
consistently.
But think about it this way, right?
Mm-hmm.
They had Finn, but they scapegoated, and look how Finn's doing on a team that's because to be honest, Excel is a smaller org compared to Rogue. So
yeah,
like think about that. Like, what does that say about that move now? If you think about it in hindsight.
Yeah, it's really hard to tell in those moments, dude. Like, you know, he's getting scapegoated, but you know there's more problems than just Finn. You know what I mean?
Oh,
but
yeah, it was Han Sama as well.
Yeah, like people don't like. It's crazy how Han Sama has different supports all the time and still has the same issues consistently. You know, but that's just me. That's how I see it. I think he's a player, but you know, people just like to forget a lot of things. Fnatic went 2-0. I don't want to put too much stock into them right now, but they have the potential to go on a 4-game winning streak because they face Misfits coming up in this week 4, and they also face Team Vitality, teams they should definitely beat. Now, if they look suspect against Misfits and Vitality, then this week's games could look a lot more you know? So I don't know right now with Fnatic because the first few weeks it looked pretty rough from them. Did you guys see that recon in from Hylissang
Oh, you mean with the
with the
Ezreal,
tower?
with the Ezreal ult that he had the
Oh
flash?
God, that's a work of art right there. The man, the myth, the legend, Hylissang, blessing us with his ints. You know,
Yeah, that's your second team that you suck their asshole out for.
hell yeah, dude. I make sure I suck off upset, dude. Holy shit. But
Not his
yeah,
girlfriend.
she's pretty hot, and Amaranth is pretty hot too. But that's my thing. Fnatic looked pretty good in week 3. I just hope that momentum continues into this week. The last thing to talk about right now is XL. I think XL are also pretty strong. They got handily defeated by Rogue, but they look pretty good against BDS, a team you should look good against. So if XL can keep up this consistent form, I'm happy for them. You know, I don't think they'll do that much in the playoffs, but it all depends on when we get to that point and we see what the matchups look like. But as of right now, for the regular season, they look pretty solid and definitely better than I thought they would. So that's good.
I think the Korean boot camp apparently.
Yeah, the way Nelson talked about what they did against RNG and T1, how they learned was really good, actually.
Well, the thing is, no, I'm sure you saw the interview, but that says a lot about knowing someone that's a player because apparently you can't just get teams to scrim with you in China and Korea. It's like you have to know someone because the Chinese and the Korean teams really don't want to scrim Western teams, believe it or not. So the fact that Nelson gets the connections and he's able to go up against a Gen G for a scrim or a DRX, because I think they did a video with, I was watching their content. They did if you get the scrim DRX, that's pretty good at the end of the day, right? So it's paying off. I would like to see XL make playoffs again and maybe get, because I think they have a better potential. Patrick is actually, I think, and I dare any of you to say, I think Patrick is the best ADC right now
definitely, yeah. He's playing really well.
Hands down, he's better than Upset right now. Because because Mickey X has kind of come back into form. He's better than Comp, and he's made great plays when they needed him. Especially when they've had that carry, and he's just good. So I mean, I really want XL to make. I mean, I'm not an XL fan, but I'd love if they get that world spot personally. That's just me. I honestly see XL Fnatic G2. That's
no
my
one
3.
talks about these coaching staffs. People gotta understand. I guess you'll never really understand the impact of an actual coaching staff, but the coaching staff of Nelson and Youngbuck have gotten these players on this XL roster. Let's be honest here. They really shouldn't be doing as well as they should be.
They should.
I mean, I can agree with that.
Marcoon has been keep going up. Go ahead with Patrick. Sorry.
No, sorry. Patrick and Marcoon are definitely good, but players like Finn, you're like, should he be as good as he should be? Nuke Duck definitely has been, not horrible,
budget
but yeah. Mickey X, you thinking last year you're looking kind of shitty. This year, they've gotten players that arguably should be maybe middle of the pack. They've got them on the same page enough to do as well as they are. And no one's really been giving credit to the coaching staffs. Rogue's coaching staff has always did very well with their players. Now this XL ones have been doing very well. Youngbuck now should just stay with the org now and potentially just keep trying to see, hey, if you can get these diamonds in the rough a little bit and maybe some splits to come, maybe they.
He's been with them for 3 years though.
Hey man, I don't know. Do you think without Youngbuck they would actually be able to be this far up here?
I think
in the standings.
I think the problem was even in LEC and LCS is when you're a smaller org. I'm sure they had. I heard that they had an offer to get Niski, but he was just too expensive.
Yeah, so XL wanted to get Niski, but too much money apparently. So they just settled for Nuke Deck again.
Right. So think about that. If they had Niski, that's even a better team.
Right. Yeah, we're talking maybe they're going 7-0, 6-1.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Niski definitely made an impact on Mad Lions. That definitely happened for them. But imagine if he was on a roster with Mickey X, Patrick, And
that's the problem with some of these players. They don't realize that, if you take the pay cut and then you go on a team, you get them to MSI and Worlds, your stock value is gonna go super high by the end of, because not many players do swapping unless teams are doing really bad.
Mhm.
But once, let's say you're dealing with a team from spring and summer, your stock value goes super high at one summer split because
Mhm.
LEC teams probably like, okay, this guy did this for his team. LCS teams are gonna shove out the money to you. So I don't understand why. I guess maybe they're just looking at the money and all power to you, get your money like they always say. But that's just something to think about.
Right. So let's go over our predictions as usual for the LEC 2022 Summer Split Week 4. Warren.
Oh, Astrala's easy.
Oh yeah. All right. Who you got winning for Friday and Saturday?
So I have. That's a tough one. Actually, I won't be delusional. Astralis, Mad, Fnatic, G2. I'm actually gonna go Vitality, and then
Okay, spicy.
And then, as much as I like SK, I don't know. I'm gonna say XL.
It's a tough week for them, dude.
Yeah, it's a
Look
tough
at that.
I'm gonna say
God.
XL. This could go either way. I'm gonna go Astralis on this one. Rogue, G2, and Fnatic.
All right, Friday, XL, Mad, Fnatic. If this week of G2 starts, losing more games, then next week I gotta pull out. But I'll do it one more week for G2, guys. Next week if they start losing, I'm pulling out. I'm for sure pulling out. G2, then Rogue, Saturday, XL, Mad, Rogue, G2, and Fnatic. All right, Mr. 824 man, serial killer, Michael Myers dude, Cole man, bastard. Yes. So yeah, we got Cole's predictions. He's predicting G2 to win all their games, right? All right. So Sean right now is just, I don't know, getting eaten out by a woman right now, actually. So we're going to move on to the LCS, actually, to wrap up the rest of the show. Sorry about this. I don't know why this ad keep popping up right here. It's just actually fucking weird as fuck. All right. So the LCS, but there's a few things I want to tackle first before we actually start talking about the games individually, or the teams actually, as we do in unison, especially with teams like TSM, EG, Cloud9, who lost to FlyQuest this week, actually. You also have CLG, who have now started to kind of fall back in line, and then now the top 3 teams from spring are starting to show their true colors right now. Your top 3 teams from spring, and then, FlyQuest and C9 were in that mixed as well, outside of like CLG, because last one had Golden Guardians, obviously. All right. So let's go to this right here. So there was something that happened with Double Lift, and I think Travis posted a video about it too. So let me see what went on today, actually. So Warren, what have you been doing this week, actually, besides getting sex?
Work-related stuff and a date.
Work? What? Black guys don't work. The fuck?
Yeah, and I'm
fuck you, Chaz. 100 Thieves ain't shit.
Go ahead.
No, you're fine, dude. Okay. Wait, did you watch Thor: Love and Thunder, actually?
I'm not going to go see that with the garbage.
It's a masterpiece. What are you talking about? It's absolute cinema.
I will show my ass if you say that one more time.
Okay, so let's talk about what happened today, apparently with Mr. Beast and a show match with Bjergsen. All right, so Doublelift claims LCS blocked Bjergsen from participating in Mr. Beast / Ninja show match, slams league for dying viewership numbers. Doublelift says, why would you not let one of, if not the face of the league, play in an event with 2 of the biggest creators in the world? I mean, if they actually did that, they're fucking stupid. Like, the LCS viewership has been on the decline for years at this point. Like on YouTube, because I watch on YouTube primarily over Twitch, and then you have co-streams as well. On YouTube now, currently, they'll peak at like 20, 24K, like for a few matches. And then if bottom tier teams play like Dig, IMT, Golden Guardians, they'll dip to like 17K, So the viewership isn't growing, but it's just pretty stagnant. I wouldn't say it's dying. I think it's been massively stretched. It's just really stagnant. It's not increasing, you know? Because dying viewership would be like, they get like 9,000 viewers per game.
No,
like,
they get like 3,000.
Yeah. I wouldn't say the viewership is dying. It's just not increasing, you know? That's just pretty much what it is. Okay, so what happened right here? Okay, sorry about that, guys. I have to show the audio to put the clip on Twitter, actually. Sorry about that. Let me go with this. Okay, so former LCS Doublelift Pro didn't hold back when speaking on the LCS marketing strategy in relation to a recent League of Legends exhibition match between two of the most recognizable content creators on the internet, Mr. Beast and Ninja. On his personal live stream, Doublelift claimed that his former teammate and competitive rival Bjergsen was prevented from playing in the event, resulting in a market slip-up by Riot Games in his eyes. In a clip from his live stream earlier today, Doublelift said that Bjergsen was initially meant to play on Mr. Beast's team in the Ultimate Crown event, but Riot Games and the LCS blocked Bjergsen from participating in the show match. Jake Lucky tweeted, Doublelift says that Riot Games and LCS blocked Bjergsen from playing in the Mr. Beast and Ninja League of Legends event. Yes, it's true. All right, so what did Doublelift say, actually? What the fuck? Why is the audio not coming up? What the hell? Why's the audio not playing? I mean, the audio should play, honestly. Give me a second, guys. The audio should play. My headset's on. Yeah, my headset's on. The volume's up.
From playing in this event.
All right, here we go. It's over here. Okay, sorry. Here we go. What did Double have to say?
Riot and LCS blocked Bjergsen from playing in this event. He was supposed to be on Mr. Beast's team. And
I'm sorry, I'm back. Oh, is Doublelift making excuses?
No.
dying. Like, the viewership is absolutely dying. There's no denying it. Everyone knows it. Everyone can feel it. Why would you not let one of, if not the face of the league, play in an event with two of the biggest creators in the world? Literally the biggest creator in the world. You could not pay enough. LCS could not pay Mr. Beast enough to, like, insert one of their players into an event that is watched by so many kids. A completely different audience, so many kids, so many impressionable people who would potentially be interested in the game or potentially be interested in watching LCS because it's their favorite. Riot.
Okay, so what do you guys think about what he just said? Okay, so why would the LCS block Bjergsen from playing with Mr. Beast and Ninja? Why would they want to do that?
Well, listen, it's because, look.
I got nothing. They're just stupid.
I'm trying to think. Listen,
Riot Games and making bad decisions, name a more iconic duo kind of thing, you know?
Listen, it's because Emru got the invite and they were like, okay, well, we have to have Miss Kip there instead of Bjergsen, obviously.
Like, why would they not let Bjergsen play in the event with them? Like, Double is right here. I don't really always agree with him. This is very huge viewership potential numbers for the LCS right there. Putting Bjergsen in there would bring those viewership over. The new players go like, hey, I know that Bjergsen guy from the LCS. Maybe I'll go play. Maybe I'll go see where that guy's at, actually. I mean, there's... I don't know.
Like
more
Double
fuck.
is usually 50-50 on stuff all the time, especially when it comes to, like, League being dead.
Yeah.
And with some of his toxic acts when he was a player, but it's 50-50. He's been right a lot of the time as well. He's a cool guy, and he's definitely 110% right.
Yeah,
like
I do agree with Doublelift and what he says here. Bjergsen, yes, is the face of the LCS. Despite me having issues with his gameplay over the many years, he is the face of the LCS. Why would you not have that player go to a main Twitch event like this around Mr. Beast and Ninja? Mr. Beast is always rumored to buy an LCS slot, you know?
And
like, I don't know.
He should just replace Golden Guardians. He can call it whatever name, get like pink jerseys.
He can't. They make money. What are you talking about?
Oh, yeah. They make money.
No, Golden State Warriors. They just, you know how much revenue they generated from the NBA
but they don't
finals?
give a fuck about League.
Yeah, they do. That's why. if they didn't have the pandemic, they would have spent more money. That's why they have
whatever.
this.
I mean, I do think they should expand though.
Oh, I agree with that. That's what I was saying. Like they should.
Yeah.
There should be at least 16 teams. That's ridiculous that there's not.
Well, at the very least 12, but there should be 16. Yeah,
Like, dude,
don't
that I don't know.
have
Like,
Sentinels, Energy, get Flash Wolves in here. Honestly, get Rick Fox another team because he got fucked over. He would still be willing to be an owner.
they
sure.
fucked my boy Rick Fox over bad.
Yeah, they can. I'm sure I'll be happy to get another team away from those assholes. Just call
Okay.
it Echo Fox again.
So Travis put out a video talking about the situation too. I'll have to see what he says. It's great analysis he has on the league, obviously.
Did we before you play it? Like, did they really need like people like Yasuo there again? People are already popular league streamers who they could just find after the event. Just over players, overactive players. Like you could get like Danny in there over Yasuo.
I mean, it is a for fun event. You put like any big LCS player in there.
Yes, but this helps a lot. Like, look at what they did.
I know. Like the thing with the LCS viewership is, do you guys think it's not been growing because like NA as a region just doesn't do well at Worlds? I think that is a big reason why.
That's a big reason. Also, they don't do enough to market their up and coming players, and they like to, like, for instance, instead of promoting the fact that JoJo Pion is trying to basically be the Bjergsen, the double F of talking trash in mid lane, they're like, slow your roll, kid. And it's like,
yeah,
he's trying to build he's trying to build a narrative, and you guys are putting. And then you're like, well, there's no drama, there's no this, there's no that. Like, you can't.
Because what I want to tackle on your point.
Try doing, and then they cry.
Yeah, and then the one thing I wanted to tackle on Warren's point was, like, it's always the LCS players on Twitter talking shit to each other, and I love trash talk. Make sure you keep doing it. If you guys anyone's watching right now, make sure you keep doing trash talk. Now, the reason why you do that is because it generates interaction. It's good for the community as a whole. I know people bitching more about trash talk. Stop being fucking pussies. Trash talk is fine. Stop being a little bitch about it. Now,
you could roast them if they make a bad trash talk or just an incorrect take.
Or if they lose, like, yeah, sure.
Yes,
it's all
but
fun.
it's all a part of it, and they know that. Like, I know a bunch of people who do trash talk, and it's a very intelligent take when you think about it. Like Double Lift a lot of the time, but he does it for the interaction to get more fucking replies and everything, get people involved. Like, Jesus fuck.
Like, the LCS Twitter account, they try to create interaction as best they can. They've always did it. Like, the Law Esports account does it. Like, the people running those accounts try. I'm not going to say they don't. I've seen it for years. They try. But the problem here is the LCS just never does a good enough job showing off the players. Now, recently, the broadcast has gotten more fun, more to, like, the esports field. But they tried so hard back in 2018 through like 2020 to be like the NFL, and it just wasn't coming off good. Like, people come to esports for the other field. You know what I'm saying? Like, you come for the other field. You can still have mixture of traditional sports themes and traditions in esports, but they can't take over because then it's just the same thing, you know? Also, the LCS doesn't do the match of the week segments like the LEC does. The LEC does better content that resonates with the esports viewers. The LEC's viewership is kind of stagnant now, but you guys get my point, though. The content around the LEC's YouTube channel is just a bit better. Now, I know we have the Bud Light League Lounge. Dude, I want you to be honest with me. How many of you guys actually watch that Bud Light League Lounge show on their Twitch channel? I don't watch the shit at all.
Never.
I actually never watch it. I'm just being honest here.
I've like never watched a single episode. It's not fun. Like, I like listening to those people talk. It's just that certain thing isn't fun. Travis Gafford's show used to be fun. That died as well. Hotline League. I Will Dominate had a good one going, but then he stopped.
You don't like his recent ones with Face Check or some Best Damn League show?
Well, no, just the ones he always done was good, but then he like stopped, and then it, kind of killed it off a bit, and then he like brought it back. But then he brought it back, but I just haven't had the time really to like check it out again. I just wish he never stopped in the first place. But I don't know, but like, it's
my
stupid
thing. Like, dude, you know how we have. I know recently they did a video on their channel, the whole hyping up TL versus 100 Thieves. They need to do that kind of content consistently. And then people in the replies go, oh, why didn't this content get a whole lot of views like it used to? Who gives a fuck? It doesn't matter. They need to keep doing that to hype up the damn games.
Also, though, we were talking about how they tried making like leagues sort of like American sports, like with the formats and everything, like the brackets. They're focusing that in the wrong area, and with what will actually get fans. Like, why is there not like a better sites and like that people use for like football, NHL, NBA to check on like prospects coming up and like where they're projected, and like and drafts, like I've been paid. Yeah, that.
Remember that show Dash used to do, called The Q, where he did it with ex-pro players or current pro players?
Yeah,
why don't they bring back The Q and do it with players like Danny, Jojo Pion, players in Academy? That way we get it on the LOL Esports YouTube channel with like millions of subs.
Yes,
why don't they do that and get them exposed?
Amateur and Academy, and if you've actually been, even though they do the worst job possible with making it interesting or advertising, if you actually paid attention to Amateur and Academy for the last like 5 years, there's a lot of stories they could have made. There's a lot of like interesting up and coming players who then eventually did play for LCS now, especially Neo, who got complete, and FYI also / Asta, who got completely overlooked all these fucking years for no good reason, and people just thinking he was a fucking low tier ADC.
Danny was overlooked too. Danny was always overlooked.
Him as well, and just many others, and Luger that one year when he didn't get picked up right away. Just it's just stupid. Like, there needs to be a better, like, more sites, right? Because that's what gets people more and fans more involved and excited, especially if
the NBA has that for
American sports culture. That's a big thing with like fan stuff and online. They should do that more, and just like, God,
the NBA has that for the
they should honestly, again, they should make like a fucking like a GM or franchise mode type game.
All they have to do on their main website is create something just for Academy. Like, it's not even just with Academy, which is, you're also right. I agree with you on that too. It's just more like there's nothing significantly separating content to give you any reason to watch it. Like, the reason why no one watches those weekly promotional videos like they used to, they don't do them consistently.
Yeah.
How are you supposed to get people invested into those videos if you don't do them consistently?
Dumb.
They'll do it like for week 3, then they won't do it until like week 7. It's like, okay, I have no interest anymore in these videos. It's too spread out. You have to do them consistently.
It's like, why in 2020 were they not even speaking of Fudged in his year in Academy when he was the best top laner in Academy at like 17 years old? They didn't do any hype, and they don't do it with any player.
Show? Why not on the main broadcast show? They do what the NBA does with the.
They don't do anything. Like the most I've ever heard MSK. The most I've ever heard with people hyping up players before they make it to LCS. The most I've ever seen where casters just mentioned 2 times Jojo Pion's name because of Peter Dunn mentioned him so many times right before they called him up. That, and they mentioned one time, like, oh, look out for this kid Jose Diodo from Latin America. He might get a LCS spot in the, when he was at Worlds for Rainbow 7, and then did in the off season with FlyQuest. That's the most I've ever heard with them trying to hype up fucking players.
No, dude. I think EU goes a little overboard with their new talent.
They go too much. There needs to be a mix between that.
Yeah. There's no balance. NA doesn't do it enough. EU does it too much. And then also, why not on the desk you have a segment, best up and coming Academy players, or the top Academy players of this week's. Here's this Academy week's highlights games. Something. Yeah. I'm just saying, like, the broadcast has gotten better this year. They definitely have, but they can do more. You can get the viewership back. It's possible. For one, the LCS has to do better internationally. That's a big reason, because let's be honest here. Why would anyone want to watch NALCS when EU's done better internationally? So has the LCK, and so has the LPL. Like,
you make it more exciting in your own region, at least.
Brazil does it. CBLOL does it, and they don't win shit. They're garbage.
Yeah, that's why I watch Brazil. They make it fun, but they do shit at Worlds, but who cares?
And that's my thing. Teams in the LCS could do better. Why don't LCS teams pick up, like, a really nasty, insane Turkish fucking mid laner. That's
Yeah.
like, why not?
Because they're stupid.
Yeah,
They
well,
clearly are.
that is true.
Yeah,
That
it's
is
like,
true.
why has no fucking person, like who was it? Yeah, it's like all the fucking players on Team Liquid Academy, Hari in the mid lane, Dion, the fucking ADC,
Alea is insane. He's really good.
Alea, Bradley, the top laner, all four of those players in Academy with Armel, they should be like being talked about with like getting roster spots. They should be hyped up. Same thing with like Cloud9's former Academy rosters before. It's like, but I haven't heard jack shit about any of them until Elia. Sorry, what's his name again? How do you pronounce it? I mean,
Alea.
Alea. Sorry, I always fail to pronounce that name for some reason. Yeah, but both until Alea was called up because of the Core JJ issues and played some games, and then that one Bradley game, I heard no fucking talk about any of them, and it's
Like-
stupid. And they literally won Academy as well.
Like, I'm gonna be honest here. I know people don't like EU that much because they can be a little, fucking douchebags, when they win. But EU does better internationally. So you would go like, okay, why would I watch the league that doesn't do anything internationally? This is how I'm breaking down for people right now who don't know about the scene. Okay, so why? Okay, what's the best way I can explain this though? Okay, got it. Why would you watch the worst competition? You could just watch the perceived better competition. That's how average people think. They just go, why don't I just watch the better people? Because that's what you should do. Yeah, you should watch the better competition. You're going to get better quality games. Now, I know people are going to go, but the average person won't understand that it's worse competition. You will if you watch 1 year of League and NA gets ass fucked at Worlds. You'll see that. It only takes 1 year to see that, and then they go, okay, I'll just watch LEC, or I'll watch LPL, or I'll watch LCK. That's it.
Yeah, like, how out of touch people, they probably don't even realize that, like, Joey and Breezy have improved a fuck ton and should honestly, like, get looked at again for LCS. They probably don't even know that. They probably just remember them from, like, 4 years ago. Oh, they were trashed because they don't fucking pay attention to what they've been doing.
They'd rather watch G2, Fnatic. LPL has teams you want to watch. LCK is much better play in general.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like, did anybody even realize fucking Gamsu was on 100 Thieves Amateur and Academy until he got called up, besides us?
Last Worlds. Yes, dude, last Worlds. The other Worlds where they went to Worlds Finals is going to be much more attractive than NA going to semis once and getting out over EU one time in 2014. If you're talking more international results, EU just has more international results. Last Worlds, yeah, they didn't do very well. That's last Worlds. They did better in 2015. 2016, it was luck. I don't count that shit. 2017, they did better in 2017. 2015. 2018, no, they're about tied with NA in that year. Actually, no. Sorry. My bad. 2017, they were even with NA. 2017, they were. Mm-hmm. 2015, 2018, 2019, 2020. Okay. 2021, it's about even there, you would say? Kinda?
No, NA was better in 2021.
No, 2021. Oh, that's when Mad got to top 4. Yeah, I mean, it's weird. It's very weird. I would say, I would say EU's performed better.
NA was better in 2016.
Even so, dude, that still counts as EU. G2 is still EU.
Yeah, but yeah, no, 2016 and 2021, NA was definitely better. Every other year is arguable.
Okay, so when did you start watching? When did you start watching? I started watching 2014 Worlds. So 2014, I know they're about even.
I started watching in 2013.
Okay, so when I first started watching 2014, and they did better at EU at Worlds. 2014, they did better. They got out
in the early years, like NA looked better than EU until like around 2017 or so, or 2015, and then they were worse in 2016. They were better actually in the earlier years, even if the stand-ins don't show it. They just got lucky with like the brackets and stuff.
Like 2015, EU was definitely better. Like that's just that was a bad year for
NA. What was the year of like when TSM finally made it out of groups because of Sense
2014. Like only 2014.
TSM and Cloud9 were definitely fucking better than like those EU teams. They just got lucky with the fucking brackets.
And it's not just G2. Fnatic has also did very well at Worlds. They've made multiple top 4s. They've been to World Finals. Yes, I know it's been luck. I know it's luck. But it's still the result. And that's how people see it, though. I know it's luck. I know they shouldn't be there. I know they're not that good. but that's not how the average viewer sees it. The average viewer
Yeah,
goes,
they just say, "Oh wow, H2K made top 4. Wow." I still can't believe that's actually a thing. I want to fucking pour my eyes with bleach.
no, just in terms of international results consistently, EU has performed better consistently at international events. They just have, you know, they just have that. These are just things you can obviously see. Yes, there are years where they're even. Yes, but EU has had much bigger results than NA in the more recent years, which is the reason why more people, more casuals, I stress casuals, would watch them more.
But to be fair, it's really been only 2 teams, right? G2.
But that's all they need, though. That's all they need.
No.
Yeah, NA only has
Like
if
NA just had, let's say, I don't know if you can say they're good, because look how many times it's like, if NA gets 1 win, they don't make it. It's like plenty of times that, and like think about the LPL. Wow, you're so ghetto.
Well, that's talking about being clutch. You're talking about being clutch. That's a little bit different.
Like think about how many.
You remember last year?
No,
remember Cloud9 beat Rogue in that tiebreaker game?
Wait. What do you mean EG was third? This guy.
What are we talking about?
What? They weren't third. And they beat only all like the minor regions.
MSK, if you think about it, right? LPL consistently has a different team that potentially gets a 3rd spot. You can't say that for G2 or NA. They're just...
No, but the problem here is the teams for EU that did very well for them had such significant results.
Yeah,
it didn't
but
really
that was
matter
a super team. That's a once.
But the results is all that people look at. All casual looks at is just results. They don't know what actually goes into the game to get the win.
Well, the results show that they can't win finals either.
But the results show they've been in the finals, though. That's different.
Have they won?
That's not what a casual looks at.
Oh, come on, man! The casual.
You don't think a casual doesn't give a fuck, honestly?
You don't think EU still feels pretty like when they did the Don't you remember 2019? Everyone picked G2. Was the only one that said FPX is gonna win. Same thing with Fnatic.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when an average viewer just sees who does well. I'm talking people who just go off results based analysis.
And also look at who they. Let's be honest. In the 2018 one, that was LCK's worst year. Like the finals, we saw the finals in the first round. Remember, it was KT versus IG.
I'm not saying they don't get lucky. I know EU gets lucky. I'm not saying they're exactly better.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying the average viewer, a brain dead, only sees results and go, well, if EU makes world finals, why would I watch the LCS when they don't make it? That's how they see it. I'm not saying I believe
but
this.
the average viewers have seen the decline since 2020 too.
That is also true. So I mean, even in 2020, G2's my top 4, and that's still EU.
But
also Fnatic almost top 4.
But think about the group that was in the 20. It was G2, Suning, TL.
What was that, Machi?
I think it was Machi. That was a pretty competitive group at the end of the day. I mean, Suning made.
Do you think
finals.
people remember how those games went? I guarantee you they don't. I know we will. We watch the games.
Yeah,
but an average person just sees results. That's all they see.
It's always 1 win, so I don't. I mean.
Oh yeah, but G2 played so bad that you're in reality at Worlds.
Yeah, he played really bad.
Yeah, it should have been Team Liquid that made it out of groups, but they lost that 1 game against Machi, and then they just got lucky. They faced the worst team in top 8, so they made top 4.
Yeah, dude, I'm not saying EU doesn't get. Yeah, that's all. I'm saying EU's been lucky. In 2016,
many times.
It's been luck. Anyone that says that H2K was a top 4 team at Worlds, you are on drugs. You are on actual crack. They made it seem
even season 1 of Worlds was fucking luck. Honestly, they were so lucky the NA teams.
People remember that group? H2K, EDG, IMTZ, and AHQ. People actually thought they could not make it out of the group. I was like, oh, well, hold on. A Brazilian team, IMT's Brazil already lol. That doesn't count. Then you have AHQ, who have been on a massive decline year after year after year. So easily they make top 2. Easily. EDG, before they won Worlds, always came to Worlds and choked. Clear love narrative. Even though Clue have always choked at Worlds, you guys should go back and watch the games. He always played bad at Worlds. He always did. He played good at one game at Worlds ever in his life. That's that famous T1 game where you do the Shockwave Recon thing that he did, or that when it was an SKT versus EDG game. Yeah. So Clear Love and EDG consistently played bad. Of course, HUK could get out first, and those games were horrible. People actually watch what EDG played. That was bad. But that was obviously.
Well, it's like the year Fnatic made finals.
Like I'm not saying Fnatic were the best team at Worlds that year.
What was it? Edward Gaming in top 8, and then Cloud9, and then they faced a Cloud9 who went like 0-20 in scrims at the time, and then their coach was high on meth and just like gave Licorice Echo top 2 out of 3 games.
Yeah, like TSM's. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Also, nice to meet you. The Sakurai. Nice to meet you. Glad you're here. I'm just talking about casuals who only see results-based analysis. Why has Korea's viewership gone up so significantly? And LPLs.
Well,
they
Faker's
do very well
back.
internationally.
Well,
and,
Faker's back. Chovi's there, so they have
right.
That's the thing.
It's not just results. Warren is right. It's also players who have done well internationally.
Look who's left. Like Khan's left, Smeb's left, but they always seem to have somebody that comes in and it's like the new up and coming talent, and they're actually like Chovy. Think about what Chovy did with Hanwha. Like Hanwha's never probably gonna get back to Worlds. But
going off this split, they're definitely not getting back to that.
So
who? Sorry.
Chovy Life Esports.
Yeah. So the thing is that the narratives is bad, the content is bad. As much as I don't like, sometimes I think there's certain EU casters and analysis that are just I don't know either they
that was all my point. Like someone's gonna go like, well, why would I watch the LCS if EU's been to World Finals twice? I guarantee people are that brain dead they think of that. I guarantee you that shit happens. But then again, does the LCS deserve more viewers after they've been performing badly at Worlds for a very long time? It's really only been Cloud9 that's done well for NA. It's only been Cloud9.
Yeah,
honestly.
no, only. We're not counting that TSM groups thing because it's been scary. Fuck off. So yeah, it's only Cloud9. Only. And the funny thing is there was many times they actually could have made out of groups that they didn't, like the 2 or 3 times because in 2015, but that fucking roster in 2015 that they actually went to Worlds with, and then they went 3-0 to started off the tournament. Like that's as impressive as making it out of groups. And they were, just one more win and they would have. And in 2019, they just got extremely unlucky. They had literally the 2 best of one teams in the world at the time in their group, and they still came very, very close against Griffin in their first game.
Yeah,
like
the region. We know LCS must suck if people are. Oh my goodness! I have to explain this to people how stupid this sounds. All right, so remember the group where it was FlyQuest, DRX, Top, and Unicorns of Love, and then when the results panned out for the day, it was
like,
DRX.
they beat Top Esports once in a pointless game.
This game doesn't matter, right? So that means the teams cannot perform when it matters, because this is what I try to explain to people. That was on Discord when Warren wanted to get on Hotline League when I first met him. Oh, you guys are making like this FlyQuest win is amazing. No, if you cannot perform when it matters, that means you're shit. So they beat Top Esports when it didn't matter.
I don't know, but because think about it this way.
So it doesn't mean anything.
No, it does mean something, because if that's the case, no. Here's why. Listen. T1 at Worlds, I don't think they gave up. I don't think they gave up one win, even though
they dropped the EDG.
They dropped the EG. So I mean, and they almost. I think they almost lost. It was a close game with what you call it, 100 Thieves. So there was other groups where teams didn't just let it slide. Like they wanted to come out because the standings. Like, so I can't agree with that, because remember, if you get the best in the group between 1 and 2, you pick first.
Well, getting first,
matters. So it does matter at the end of the day.
It does matter in the game, but it's not about Top Esports doing. It's not about Top Esports losing. It's more like people try to overpraise the FlyQuest win. It's like it doesn't matter that they beat them right now. They're not getting out of the group.
I mean, it doesn't matter, but it shows that if they were playing, that they can win. That's
It shows that they can win, but they can't win when it matters. That's
Yeah,
what
it's
the
like look at
problem
all
is.
the
Yeah,
Team
but that's
Liquid
like most
from
NA teams when it
2017
matters.
to 2022. Look at Team Liquid. I'm not
Team
giving them credit
Liquid.
for anything. Seriously, every fucking group from 2017 or 2018, whichever it was, to 2022, they should have made it out, and they didn't because they're fucking chokers.
Also, if you guys want me to shit on EU and NA together, the past two international events, EU and NA have faced, Korea and China, and they've been
Yeah,
6-0'd.
yeah, they're both shit. All right, I love these EU fans on Twitter. Like, NA, bitch, you're in the same boat with us. Fuck off. All right.
Yeah. I like how people
one fluke dynasty. No, one fluke dynasty team in G2
off.
in one whole fucking year doesn't mean shit. Every other fucking year you're in the same boat as us, and that was just one team. I'm not counting that season fucking one thing. Fuck off.
Hell yeah, dude! Season 1 Worlds counts. Hell
Fuck
yeah.
off. And honestly, NA should have fucking won that, but they choked.
So what does Travis have to say about this? Let's go.
Vid today. I'm not going to edit this. I'm just going to throw it up. Wait, maybe I will because I'll play the double video.
Yeah, because
My
you're
point
dyslexic.
I just got back from Vegas. Office is a mess. Wasn't planning on making a video, but
Not
while I was
surprising.
in Vegas this past weekend, there was news about this Ninja versus Mr. Beast show match that Prime put on. Honestly, I think the event had a lot of issues, but it was saved by the content creators that were a part of it. Obviously, Ninja and, well, used to be Mr. Beast, very big content creator, very big name in the space. And so it's a big deal that this event happened, and there were a lot of people that tuned in. They got Double Lift to play, a whole slew of other popular streamers like Ludwig, Mizkif, Emaru. So you've got all this like star power in the space. They brought Tyler One in, and one of the things I had heard was that Bjergsen was offered the opportunity to play in this thing. Riot blocked it, and just now on stream, Double Lift basically ended up confirming it. At least based off of what he had heard about this, and he went on his own rant about it as well.
That rumor is basically like it's basically confirmed, right? Like I heard from so many people that Riot blocked Bjergsen from participating. It was supposed to be Bjergsen, huh? No, but like I have to talk about it. It's so stupid.
Yeah, my wife usually calls me baby
Riot
too, you know.
and LCS blocked Bjergsen from playing in this event. He was supposed to be on Mr. Beast's team, and look, guys, LCS is dying. Like the viewership is absolutely dying. There's no denying it. Everyone knows it. Everyone can feel it. Why would you not let one of, if not the face of the league, play in an event with two of the biggest creators in the world? Literally the biggest creator in the world. You could not pay enough.
Now, I want to provide a little bit of context because in the LCS, since I think it was created back in like 2013, Riot has generally blocked LCS players from being able to do outside things because they really want, and specifically around competition, because they really want the idea to be like, hey, our LCS players are exclusive to this league. They don't want teams to go off and create like other competitions or whatever. The idea is like the LCS is the thing that you watch. It is very similar to the way traditional sports leagues have run. And I think to some extent that made a lot of sense when they made the rule, because what they didn't want is for people to be like, oh, yeah, we're playing in the LCS and we're also playing in this ESL league. Or, oh, like there's a one-off tournament every year that feels as big as Worlds. And like you really want to be able to like have this strong through line on everything. However, things are very different than they were back in 2013. Back in 2013, I think the LCS and League of Legends esports was basically the apex of streamed game content. Like I often talk about this with other people where like it used to feel as though working in esports you were like this big new entertainment product. When in reality, streaming ended up being the big new entertainment product, and esports is now a subsection of that, and it's not even really the biggest thing. There are many streamers and content creators out there that routinely end up outperforming LCS viewership, and I think that's part of the reason you have seen LCS viewership slide over time. Now, I still have a lot of faith that the LCS can get back to a really good place. I think they just need to make some good decisions, and things will continue. There's a lot of people that are like, "Oh, it's doomed. LCS or league is dying." Blah blah blah. It's like whatever. I don't care about that stuff. Sports leagues can go up and down, and I think that LCS is
Also, yeah, I want to make sure I tackle that point. So I know a lot of people talk about the viewership numbers. Okay, so guys, viewership numbers go up and down no matter what the year is, no matter what the split is. Well, for League of Legends, it would be splits, right? Viewership always goes up and down and up and down, but you're eventually going to get an average of viewers that are the actual viewers consistently. Sometimes people only check it out because of hyped games. Sometimes people just don't watch it consistently enough as some others do. So it's not about the viewership itself. They have to find what is their consistent viewership, and their consistent viewership is about 25,000 people, which is definitely not that good. But it could also improve over time if they just make better decisions. Honestly,
suffered mostly not by necessarily the state of the game, but more because of many of the creative decisions they've made with the product, etc. There are other leagues in the world that are doing well. Brings us back to this. We are not the same place that we are now. We are not the biggest dogs. And so what it, in my opinion, it makes sense to do is to try to reach out and take opportunities to promote the LCS. And so a world where you could have had Mr. Beast Bjergsen versus Ninja Doublelift, and you could have had this Doublelift Bjergsen thing where these were the two biggest stars in the LCS for a very long time. Bjergsen probably still right now. Doublelift, maybe the biggest star associated with the LCS is one way of thinking about it. You could have had a rivalry match between the two of them where you have Mr. Beast and Ninja in the middle, and then these two guys underneath them facing off, and then you can imagine like the fight poster for this. And I think that would have been a really great opportunity for the league. But the fact that LCS players were not allowed to participate, that Bjergsen was not allowed to participate, just seems like a wasted chance for the league, because Mr. Beast actually has a huge amount of followers. Peter, I think, was just looking at his channel, and I think his Squid Game video got like 270 million views. This is the new audience that the LCS is looking for, and so it is disappointing to me that Riot did not take the opportunity to do this, because this is the easy dub. This was an event not put on by Riot. Riot did not need to spend any money. They didn't need to do anything. All they needed to say was, yes, Bjergsen can participate. And they didn't. So it's just opportunities like this that I think are a bit of a miss for the league when they should be looking to grow. And it's one that I am disappointed in. And I think it also makes it less likely that companies want to play in the space and want to do things whenever it feels like Riot makes things difficult to work on. And so it's something I would like to see them change. I'm not here to rail against them and say they're god awful or whatever, but it's just such an easy win to get more promotion and opportunity around league esports, to include an LCS player who's active in the league, who tap into this, I don't know, rivalry, partnership, whatever you want to call it, with Doublelift and Bjergsen. I think it would have been really cool. So come on, LCS, please start taking these easy wins, because I want the league to be healthy. Anyway, that's it. Thanks, Alienware, for sponsoring.
All right, so Sean and Warren, I'm pretty sure they're both dead at this point. So I'm pretty sure it's just me.
What?
I don't care about LCS.
I'm just fucking with Jess. So what do you guys think about what happened in this video? What he said? Any thoughts?
Riot is fucking brain dead. Yeah, that's all.
And, yeah. In other news, water is wet.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they missed out on an opportunity. I think at this point they're just banking on Worlds and MSI. That's.
Yeah, and MSI, I don't know if it's going to get as much viewership as compared to this year, because this year people were very angry as well. There was another video that I wanted to bring up. Oh, it's about Doublelift, actually. Him talking about TSM. Then we'll talk about the teams right here, okay? Give me a second. Because that's where I got the information. Was because this other channel called More Doublelift put it out. Give me a second.
Yeah, Doublelift.
That's like the best League of Legends player ever.
No, he isn't the best person when
ever.
it comes to when it comes to stuff like this. But you know, look, as long as you're like better than Slasher, then you're good enough, I guess.
In Sean's eyes, if you're better than Pokimane, you're getting there. You know?
Like if you wanna follow some absolute fucking Sheraton who doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about but pretends to, outside of the fucking basics, and just a fucking loser, just a fucking loser who was dropped on his head 50 times, and just go follow Slasher on Twitter. Great account.
TSM makes roster change in the middle of the split. Okay.
TSM is making a roster change. Actually, they're making multiple roster changes. It's minus Tactical, minus Mia, minus Huni, plus Soul, plus Instinct, plus Chime. What do you guys think about that?
Whoa. Wait. I need the. Okay, so Instinct. He's a great up-and-coming player. He was great last year. It was an excellent pickup by TSM. Definitely, they honestly would have been better if they just started. So I don't know why it's echoing, but that definitely would have been better if they started him over fucking Tactical this whole time, honestly. However, I don't know if it's just the Academy team being bad, but he hasn't been that good this year in Academy. But still, I like that one. Soul, I don't know too much about, so I have to go watch him. I'll research him while speaking about this. Chime. Okay, so look. Before the season started this year, I actually kind of wanted Chime to get a spot because there were a lot of areas I was watching him, and he looked like he was actually kind of solid and on the same trajectory as players like Vulcan. Not that he would be as good, but still. And he was just on shitty Golden Guardians. So I wanted him to kind of get another chance on a better team, but he didn't end up doing so. But then he played the lock-in tournament and then Academy this year. And he started looking like one of the worst fucking supports in the old NA. Mm-hmm. So and now you're starting him? Now, this is like when.
Okay, I'll say this though. Chime has been around the Academy scene for quite some time now. I've actually seen his games. I don't think he's. I don't know. It's hard to say. I don't want to.
He looks solid at first, but this year he's been fucking shit.
Yeah, he was on Golden Guardians Academy, and then they switched to the TSM Academy.
No, this is like when it did somehow work out for them in the end that year, but then they swapped him with Yasui. But it's like when they called up and started Soligo in like the 2020 or 2019 season, when they called up all those guys like with Dardoch and stuff, where it's like he was looking solid that whole time in like 100 Thieves Academy and stuff and their main team, but then he had a split where he looked like the worst fucking mid laner in Academy. And then that's when they fucking had to get started in LCS.
The TSM also announced who their Academy jungler is going to be. Onda.
Oh, that's a name who.
Onda? I remember Onda. He was pretty bad.
Yeah. He looked like a great up and coming jungler at one point. Then he started playing bad on that grossly overrated fucking 100 Thieves roster. I predicted them getting last that split, and everybody laughed at me. But fuck you, I was right. But anyway, he's been around the amateur scene since in Academy, and I know he was on that amateur team with Viper, Value, and all of them, where they won the amateur tournament over. I believe Cloud9 Academy was in the finals with them, but they were on like no org or something. But yeah, and then he got signed to Immortals Academy, I believe, with Viper, that or like another one, and he didn't play well in Academy after amateur, and then he played on like another one, I think, and then released. So, but anyway, he's like 25. He's like the same age as Acadian now. Both of those guys, there's no growth left, and they're not really good anymore. So that's weird. Instead of just picking up a prospect, but okay. Like seriously, why can't they just bring back Winston? He was doing solid, and then they released him for no reason.
I didn't even mind. Like, okay, so Tactical has been not good this split. Let's be honest here. He's not been good. Mia's also not been what they've wanted. The bot lane has not looked good.
I think Mia's been fine under the circumstances, but for what you can expect from him.
Mm-hmm.
And then Hooney and Tactical both been trash.
I mean, Hooney just speaks for himself. He's been shit for like how many years at this
like,
point?
No, but even I think Mia's been good under the circumstances. He still isn't really a good player and came from a minor region. He's just decent. You know, honestly, I would say I kind of agree with this. It's just, weren't they not doing too bad in the standings, or did they then have a bad week and kind of collapse?
For the TSM Academy, I don't know, but I know for the main
LCS,
regular. Remember for
they're like.
No, for the LCS, they just recently lost to Dignitas of all teams. Dignitas, they got
but
destroyed.
what's their record right now?
Let me get it for you right now. Their record they're 8th, dude. They're not doing good.
Yeah, no, they're like
3-game losing streak, and they've lost to EG recently. They've lost to Dignitas. Week 2, they lost to Golden Guardians, actually. So they've been on a decline for 2.5 weeks so far. This week coming up, Cloud9 versus TSM. Classic rivalry right there. Pretty sure Cloud9 just beats the shit out of them right now. Then they face FlyQuest. So also another tough week for TSM right now.
I like the idea. I don't mind them replacing these guys and swapping it out. I like the Instinct one. I like Maple still. I like sorry, what's his? For some reason
Speaka,
I had
Tactical.
For some reason I had the dyslexic moment and forgot Speaka's name. But yeah, those three are good. I just are they really that cheap to just pay like fucking like 5,000? Like, hey, can we take like Greasy, like anybody competent and
anybody greasy? This is a fast food restaurant running here, dude.
like seriously, fucking
no, yes, Sakurai, yeah, losing to EG. EG's the best team in the league, so that makes sense. They lose to them.
Since I don't mind this, it's just
but TSM. I mean, Blue actually has been good for Dignitas to split, despite them being shitty too. But,
yes, but good is still like the 8th or 9th best mid laner out of comparison. But
TSM, we predicted TSM to be 7th, and they're 8th. We're not that far off where we said they would be.
I predicted them to be like fucking.
They were ultimately at highest going to be 7th or 8th. Let's be honest.
Actually, yeah, we did say 7th or 8th. Yeah. But
hey man, they're one spot away from where we think.
Well, they're yeah, I mean, they were at one point, but
at least they're not Immortals, because I'm not watching any more Immortals games. I'm gonna murder myself if I watch that shit again.
Yeah, I'm just looking up Soul to see if I recognize this guy. I'm pretty sure I saw him when I was looking at the records.
About all of it. That is what I heard. Now, I gotta say that from 10th to 11th, someone said that's good. Want lose?
Oh yeah, but also pause the video.
Okay.
There's an important note I need to say.
Yes.
I'm just. They're basically throwing away their season unless they have some some mad magic here, because not just because they're doing this, but I'm pretty sure TSM Academy is last.
Their Academy team is last, actually?
Yeah, look it up, I think. I'm pretty sure they're last.
Okay, hold on. Let me go to this page. Let me go to Academy, actually.
I think the rumor has it that they want to sell their spot.
No way. No way.
Mr. Beast, hey.
Mr. Beast? Hell yeah. Okay.
Do you mean like literally like no more TSM or just ownership? So
it might be just an ownership change. It has to be. Oh, they're bottom. Oh, you're right. I mean, hold on. This might be something. Not spring. Okay. So spring and summer, they're bottom.
Mm-hmm.
That's pathetic. I mean, let's be honest here with TSM. Right now for TSM, they've lost their head. They had those issues with Reginald. You know, they've had these issues with the one. What was the one Korean guy or Chinese guy who was taking the players, the double agent bullshit? Yeah, that guy go.
Oh, yeah, Peter Zhang.
Peter Zhang. Yeah, the Peter
Zhang. Yeah, that guy is also a fucking Sheraton. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, Peter Zhang, Reginald drama, both head coach and owner. Then you have the way that how do you say it? Like it just like the new coaching staff they have with K's and Shawi. Like, dude, I literally have seen Case on Twitter tweets him about TSM, then deleted afterwards. Less than 5 seconds. What the fuck is going on? I'm just saying, like, I've literally seen the coaching staff tweet shit in front of me when I'm at work, scrolling on my phone and through Twitter, and then they just delete it. Like, what is going on? What the fuck, man?
So this explains a lot why I know like nothing about Seoul, because they literally just got him in academy for like 2 months, and now fuck. Now I will say he's only been playing league professionally on the records for like 6 months, so he's definitely a young up and comer guy. But there's really not much from these games that look that interest in, but it might just be the bad teams, honestly, if you look at his like record on his profile, because they are dead last, so it's kind of good, you know, when you and with the champions he's playing. He does look like okay, so let's see what he plays mostly. He plays a lot of Gangplank, Ornn. He played a Yone game.
Basically the meta, is what you're saying.
Yeah, he turned the mirror. I'm just trying to look at like if there's any. Yeah, besides Yone, it's just the meta.
Okay. Let's see what Double also put on this video.
This opinion, this guy, you just replaced 60% of your team with Academy. You're not making Worlds. Do you care about making playoffs? Probably a little bit.
They'll probably make playoffs because they'll be the last seed.
But
because LCS in summer does 8 teams for whatever god fucking reason.
There's like optically it looks better if you're not the last place team in LCS. So right now I would say for TSM, they're playing not to be dead last. Do I think this roster change is good for that? I don't fucking know.
Well, they already failed. They were dead last year with Immortals.
Huni can't play anymore because his wrists are fucked. It's not really to do with performance, although I'm sure it's tied together because you can't really practice nearly as hard as you need to practice if your wrists are completely destroyed and boomed. And that fucking sucks. Tactical and Mia getting benched for Instinct and Chime. Do you think that TSM's bot lane has been playing like shit? And Tactical has been really just having terrible positioning for the last like 3 weeks I've been watching. Do I think that Instinct is going to play better? I don't know. I do think though that Chime is an upgrade from Mia just because Mia's been choking on stage and playing really poorly. In fact, ever since I like praised him and thought and said like, you know, he's somebody to look out for and somebody to be good, I've kept my eye on him and I think he's been playing progressively worse week by week from LCS.
That is true.
Chime is a good choice. This one is like a victim of circumstances because Huni's wrists are fucked up, and the 80 carry one I'm not sure. I will say
Instinct's up and comer.
Terrible, so maybe it is time to make the pull.
He does have good potential.
Genji is on TSM Academy, but they'd rather play Chime. Okay, so if I was TSM, I would do this. I would go solo over Seoul. Okay. I'm helping them. But,
Solo.
like, this is just interesting
Solo.
to think about.
My boy Solo.
How would I deal with
Pause it.
Hold on, one sec.
No. Okay, I get what his logic. I get his logic here, but no, there are shitloads of top laners on Solo's level at this rate. That would be better for their team with what they need and just trying to grow players. Like honestly, at this point, just get fucking Alorum. Then Jesus Christ, it's just like. No, and also if you talk about veteran presence, they already have that in Maple and Spica, so no.
Okay.
Like, this is the roster. I would do solo Spica Maple, obviously. And then, for bot lane, I would pick up Yone. I would get him on loan from Team Liquid.
What we were talking about.
Make a Hail Mary run for Worlds, because the ultimate goal here is to get as high placement as possible so you can sign as many good sponsors as you can for the next year. And show them that you're actually still invested in League rather than giving up and playing an Academy 80 carry who never looked good. Then I would actually...
Jesus Christ, fuck.
He did look good. What are you talking about?
Either Ayla or Chime. Also from Team Liquid. Okay? Speakers in the chat? Plus double lift. Okay. Coach double lift. Look, this is the expensive part. You're gonna need to take Yone and Ayla from Team Liquid Academy. And that's going to cost you.
But they're too cheap.
You're not going to let them go for cheap, but I think it's a good bet.
That's why they're doing it. They just don't want to spend money.
That's all it is, yeah.
This team could make Worlds. Solo is a...
I don't know about that. I mean...
No.
They could definitely make...
That's look at the first emote there, Copium. Yeah.
Okay, I would say they would probably get like 5th or 4th place in the LCS, and this is high make believe world we don't exist in either. You know,
He's a rock. He has a reputation for being a little toxic, but he's a good player, a lot of experience. He can play weak side, he can play carries, and most importantly, he can pick for the comp. He can pick GP for the comp. He can play fucking Scion or Ornn for the comp. He can play a lot of shit that makes a team really good. And he's also individually his skills are just fucking high. This bot lane is a bit of a risk, but I think Yon and Ayla are significantly better than any of these options. And yeah, this roster seems good. Take this away though, Coach Double. We don't need that. All right, what do you guys think? What do you guys think about my idea? I think my idea is good. This one's fucked. This one is totally fucking doomed. I think TSM is gonna be bottom 3 with this roster. I'm sorry. Emiru and Mr.
I do hate.
Yon / Emiru / Mr. Beast. Okay, perfect. And then we just boy over here. and yeah,
Ninja.
so-
Come on, put Ninja there.
Okay, perfect. Well, that's just absolutely insane. Then we have Obama, and it's just
Osama bin Laden.
yeah. I mean, this is just it, man.
I mean, Obama's good with like hiding in the bushes and game signings.
And then over here we have AD carry. Anyways, okay, fuck what I would do instead. Okay, fuck what I would do instead. This is pretty crazy.
Joe Biden
3%
numbers,
of your
holy
roster going
fuck.
away, 3/5 of your roster getting replaced by Academy. This is pretty late in the season, guys. Like, I think you really have to take into perspective that 4 weeks into summer split is not like how many weeks of LCS are there? Does anyone know?
I love
like 5 minutes.
I love the RJS
4
comments.
out of 9 weeks, right? It's like
Yeah, he deserves a spot. He does.
10 weeks out of 19. You know, like you are like so far along the season because the practice started weeks and weeks and weeks before the split started. Like teams are scrimming a month plus before the split starts. And so it's not just like, oh, we're halfway through. We're like 75% of the way in. I imagine that this team. So my prediction for TSM plays 8 through 10.
Mia Khalifa support.
I think that they're gonna be pretty fucked unless they make some more changes. I'm sorry, Ming. That's just what I think. Unless we put our Minecraft bets together.
Okay, now the
Thank
one
you.
thing I do hate about it, he clearly hasn't actually watched those 3 players in Academy really to judge them, but it's obviously like that would obviously better. Many things would be better, and it's obviously not good looking, but he's just
Yeah.
writing it off as terrible without knowing the players. But I mean, like Soul again, if you look at Soul's stats on his thing, it doesn't look good, but for considering they're like last place by far in Academy right now, and you take that and like what he's done and like look at the games when they win, like how he performed, and that he only been playing on like amateur and academy teams for like 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
There might be potential here. You don't know that. And again,
Right.
I mean, as much as I said with Chime the year prior to this year, he looked solid and like he deserved a spot on a team. Like I think get a real chance on like garbage Golden Guardians, and then Instinct has actually been good before Double Lift. Sorry to burst your bubble. So yeah, but not that I disagree with him. It's just like he's clearly judging without watching them.
This is all right. So we'll go to the LCS 2022 summer standings right now. Pretty simple. Immortals is the worst team in the league. They just get perfect gamed. Their games are horrible. This team is trash. How did they think changing 3/5 of the players, bringing in a rookie academy jungler, would work for them, and bringing over one of the worst ADCs in the league? Like, this was doomed to fail.
Well, I'm saying if their bot lane was better, then maybe.
Not with Lost. He's just too bad. He's just fucking garbage. Kenvi, he's just too nervous. But also he's individually playing bad too. So it's like, is it really nerves or he's just not that good?
Favors MSK.
They do. He's actually the one making the mistakes though in the games.
Yes, and that's the nervous part, but a lot of it also they're picking him awful picks in the draft, and he barely has anything to work with. Like, yeah, I'm
Also,
not
I don't think
I'm not disagreeing
Kenvi
that he
and
hasn't been good. And have
also
been looking
Kenvi and
their
Power
best.
of Evil, I don't think they synergize very well. The whole team's fucking
Well,
garbage.
that's
The
another
whole
thing.
team is
Synergy's
bad.
but
The whole team is bad. I don't even. I watch their games because I just if I didn't actually love watching the LCS because I'm just fucking that much of a degenerate, I would never watch this team's games. This team is fucking doo-doo donkey shit. Dignitas are just a very basic, not shitty 8th place team. I don't even know how that even makes sense, but that's just the best way I can really describe them.
They have a solid bot lane and 3 players who are near the bottom, who are almost close to 10th place in their role, but still do an okay enough job where.
I'm being honest here. How the fuck did Immortal Saul lost on Golden Guardians and went, damn, I gotta have that guy on my team?
Well, he did it. He did improve. To be fair,
all he did was play Jhin, dude. All he played was utility. You can look good on utility. All you do is just ult. That's all you do.
Okay, yes,
I mean, even I could do that. If you want, I could go up there and do that if you want me to. That'd be bad as fuck.
He did improve. I bet he was better than like at least 3 or 4 ADCs.
He wasn't that good, dude. He just fucking sucks.
I'm not saying he was. He's still bad.
I'm saying he looked better because of circumstances of the players around him, not because he was actually good.
And I agree with that. And they gave him all the resources. I'm just saying he technically, he still was bad, but I'm saying he technically improved and was better than players, and he was technically better than both Hero and Wild
that last
Pearl.
playoff series. Cloud9 played against Golden Guardians last split showed how bad he is. The fact that he was literally just standing there doing nothing, barely auto attacking, like this guy's brain is just fried. Like I don't know why Immortals would opt into picking up a guy that garbage and going, you know what? Yeah, that'll make us way better. Oh my fucking god, who makes decisions? Like getting Ignar over Destiny makes sense. Ignar's just having a really bad time right now. You'd think him and PoE would play better based off their time on FlyQuest. PoE's also ran it down every game so far.
I thought Ignar would be decent still, but
I thought the same thing too.
I've always knew he was overrated. But
Kenvi, it's a mixture of
because of the circumstances.
The other thing I'll say about Kenvi is maybe the teams he was on, maybe he was give directions from maybe coaching staff or maybe the other players, and that's maybe a reason why he looked good. You know, because a lot of players can look good based off the players around them, giving them direction in the game.
I mean, if you saw his games on like 100 Thieves Next and Academy, I mean, like there were times where he looked a bit shaky on 100 Thieves Academy, but
because dude, everyone was clamoring for this guy to get a team, and we may kind of find out the reason why he didn't get one all this time. Maybe maybe they tried him out and they're like, nah, this is not gonna work out. You know, they had to have tried him out at some point to know he wasn't gonna compete on 100 Thieves. You know, maybe I'm just crazy. Maybe I'm just a genius.
Well, look, he has nothing to work with, and yeah, I will say he hasn't been good. Obviously, he's been playing bad, but it's mainly just the environment and circumstance he's in, and the shitty roster, and having nothing to work with, and having garbage picks. But yes, I will agree he's been playing poorly. Now, again, I wasn't saying he was guaranteed to be a great player, but I'm just saying he had that potential.
Dude, not you. A lot of the people were hyping up this guy to be the next biggest prospect in the LCS.
Yes,
I'm like, hold on. Let's watch the games first.
Yes, but he had. Yes, well, as long as they weren't saying he will be, but I'm just saying he did have that potential to be close to like Blabber's level. He did. Which is why he should have got a team all that time.
No, but he has to prove that first in the games.
Yeah, but you're not going to prove it without getting the LCS time.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be fair, right? It's like someone says, if you start off on a good org, like if you can get a chance to play on Cloud9, TL, 100 Thieves, you get more experience. Like,
yeah,
he probably could be better on like. I would go as far as say TSM, but they got Speaker, right? So let's say we put Kenvi on FlyQuest. I think FlyQuest is a better team. I mean, Jose Dioto's kind of been stagnant, to be quite honest, and I think Kenvi would have had a better shot, like on a FlyQuest or but that's the only team because like I don't think he'd want to be on CLG. Out of all the teams, I'd rather have be on Dignitas over CLG at the end of the day.
Sakura says, can we talk about how my boy Alpha Moon needs to get on a top team? The dude solo won versus C9 OP Korean ball. Yeah, Cloud9 played really bad in that FlyQuest game.
What kind of cocaine are you on? That man's stealing a paycheck too.
Cloud9 definitely looked bad against FlyQuest. I will definitely agree with you on that. I mean, Alphamo's been good. I've never not liked him. I think he's always been pretty good overall.
He's stealing a paycheck, man.
It's because he's black and you hate black people, Warren.
No, it's because he's old and he's just taking up a spot.
He's still playing good. You see the thing about it?
Really?
They're still playing good. Yes.
He's not like Odo Omne.
They're all about the same level. If we're talking like that, then like Impact's still been playing good. He's still been a nice solid rock for his team. Afterwards, the same thing. That's all you need them for. You're not getting them for their mechanics and their mechanical outplay at this point in their age.
I guess.
You know? Oh, and to top it all off, actually, EG, 100 Thieves, Team Liquid, they're all still top 3. Team Liquid look to be the weakest out of the top 3 right now. EG are definitely playing really well. Inspired definitely looks great. The bot lane looks pretty solid overall, at least for NA standards. Jojo Pion, solid. 100 Thieves, I think they're still in the conversation. I think they're still a pretty good team overall, but they have these really off games sometimes. Maybe it's just because they overestimate their opponent, bad drafting. It's a mixture of both, actually. CLG, falling down in the standings, actually. CLG, what are you doing? I thought you were the best team in the LCS. No, that wasn't. That literally wasn't going to stay very long, people.
Yeah, obviously. We knew they were going to go 0-2 this week, but...
FlyQuest being middle of the pack, Nemo more iconic duo, honestly, you know. FlyQuest beat Cloud9, that's good for the standings, later on during the split. Cloud9 went, 1-1? Yeah, they beat CLG. Even though the early game for that game was kind of suspect because they almost got the bot lane dive off, but Yumi and Wimber champion fucking Berserker was on.
Imagine, I do not care about the scrimming and wanting them to play together until they get on stage for that chemistry. Fuck off. Imagine if they just kept Winsome or Isles and then had Sven play as the ADC still for the first week of the LCS, had that roster over fucking King and Destiny. They would at least be 2-1 in the first week and wouldn't be in this situation.
King and Destiny are amazing bot lane. What are you
honestly,
talking about?
They would have been 3-0 after the first fucking week because they played better than Team Liquid even. It was just fucking them inting their asses off.
All right, guys. Week 4 predictions. I'll go 100 Thieves, EG, Cloud9, CLG, and Team Liquid. Then I'll do FlyQuest, 100 Thieves, EGTL, match of the week right there. It's the only real interesting one right there. I'm pretty sure EG takes it. Cloud9, and definitely Golden Guardians. All right, Sean, your turn.
Were you being sarcastic? Okay. Anyway, let's see.
I hate you anyway.
I'll go FlyQuest. Actually, do I want to go FlyQuest? Actually, yeah, I'll go FlyQuest. EG, Cloud9. If they lose to TSM, I'll fucking cry.
Max Waldo's drafting.
CLG and Team Liquid, and then actually I'll go Golden Guardians, and then next week I'll go FlyQuest, 100 Thieves, Team Liquid, Immortals, no, Cloud9, and GG. Actually, I'll go Dig there at the end. I'll go there.
Fly, EG, 9, CLG, TL, TSM, 100, EG, 9, GG.
Did you really just say, okay, never mind.
All right. That pretty much wraps up.
Okay. Who won Player of the Week last week, by the way?
Inspired.
Okay, I think
he's been playing really well, so I mean,
Yeah,
this makes sense.
I'll predict like Afro Moo this
Watch
week to win player.
Blabber randomly get player of the week when Jensen's
Yeah,
literally
again,
just
like how
hauling
did he
ass.
get player of week that one time? That was hilarious. What a
But-
and then how did he get second in MVP voting last split with Summit?
Dude, if you're a well-known name player like Blabber, like just name value alone, that's how you get votes. That's literally it. You don't need to do anything else. Blabber could literally run it down right in front of people, play bad, and they would still make excuses for him.
Yeah, but anyway, it's funny that you just said inspired one player of the week, because that's honestly my prediction for who wins MVP to split.
I wouldn't be surprised. He's definitely played good. Like, I mean, the EG roster, like I know people were like skeptical about them coming into the split because, you know, like they were really wishy-washy in spring in the regular season. They almost barely made playoffs actually. But they came in. Okay, I want to ask you guys this. Do you think they hit their post-MSI slump at some point? Or are they just going to keep up this form?
I think they'll keep up the form. It's just, but I do think they'll have like a small stretch where they lose a bit of games. Like I would say, what's the last week? Is it week 8?
The last game that they played last week?
No. What's the last week? Is it week 8 or week 9? What's the last week in LCS?
For the games that they play in week 8?
Well, no, just what's the last week of LCS? Is it week 8 or week 9?
Week 8, yeah, week 8.
Okay, so I'll say they lose like who do they play in week 7?
In week 7, holy shit. Okay, this man Sean's going to the future. They play TSM and they play Team Liquid.
Now, I'm gonna say they lose both of those games, and that will be like the small, and they'll go down the standings a bit to like 3rd or something, maybe, or 2nd.
You think they
4th.
finally start hitting their slump toward the end of the split?
No, not a slump, just a small stretch of games they lose that surprise people, like the TSM one. But then I think they'll at least go 1-1 in week 8, and then be good in playoffs and make worlds at least. That's I don't see them actually having like a slump. I think their slump was in spring, honestly, and MSI. But
All right, Warren, did you want to say anything before we head out potentially?
TSM. I don't know. I think they're just trying to be bottom feeder and just being cheap, which is sad. But I guess they don't care about their LCS team anymore.
I guess they went GG They went GG for this year in the LCS.
All right, you know, that Blizzard fucking guy who runs the company until Microsoft fully owns it, like all the papers are signed, who's going to get like a golden parachute his way out.
What about the rumor that Astralis wanted to sell their spot too in the LEC?
God, that would be stupid, but it wouldn't surprise me. But they shouldn't. They have.
I wouldn't be surprised 2 years later on down the road, SK Gaming just sell their slot.
Well, I hope they. Well, I mean, for how performance-wise and just org-wise, I hope that, and honestly, fucking XL, but they have too much fucking money, I guess. But I mean, for legacy-wise, though, I wouldn't want that. You know, same thing with like H2K and OG, although those had to happen though, especially because the ownerships were fucking horrible. You know,
also,
just like why sold it.
What I want to tackle just really quickly before I head out, because I got to get some sleep because I've been up all fucking day. I've been up since 5 a.m, guys. I've been at work since 5 a.m. I literally got home at 8 to do the show with these guys. Because I didn't mean to put it off for this long, but I was just, life gets in the way, you know? All right. Viewership comparison of hashtag LEC 2021-2022 seasons, you know? Definitely give this a read. It was actually a pretty good analytical read. This guy said, Riot has programmed fans that only international results matter. LEC results at World/MSI have dropped significantly the past 2 years, so viewers tune out. Same thing happened pre-G2/Fnatic finals, and same thing happening in NA. Do you think Riot has programmed the viewers that only international results matter? I think it's always been that way, though, honestly.
Yeah, well, it always has.
It's literally always been that way.
Delusional fans. Now, not to say regional titles don't matter. They do, and it's like for like the fans.
They matter on the small scale of things. They don't matter.
They matter for the fans, just the fan support, and just the players get that out of the way. You know, feel good about themselves, have confidence, or have a good seed going into Worlds and make it there. But yeah, I mean, international results matter by far the most, though. The main thing that matters, and it's always been like that, unless you're just fucking delusional. All right, this guy's probably like a fucking TSM fan that just realized this shit now because he just watched all the regional titles.
Oh shit. Also, if the LEC, I mean, the LEC's viewership is fine. They peak at like 50. They peak at double NA viewership. They're fine. 50K to 60K viewers is fine, people. Like, people who don't really know how numbers work always say, is this good? Or 50, 60,000 people watching is good enough. That's a lot of people. And that is going to be their average viewer base. So the average viewer base for the LEC is like 50, 60K, maybe, 40, 50, 60K. That's good. Now they figure out how to consistently grow that. Because like I said before, sometimes results are very skewed based off a number of different reasons. Maybe some years when G2 were performing very well, that's the reason why people watch LEC more. It's a lot of reasons.
I did want to ask you, do you think, now we saw it with like Ninja and Pajamas with LPL and other things, like, do you think Flash Wolves should honestly try getting like an LEC or LCS spot instead of LMS or LPL or LCS?
Like Flash Wolves going to the LPL?
Well, no, them going to a Western league like LEC or LCS to get their spot. Because they re-entered, they announced it in like 2020, or 2021, but they haven't yet. But they're trying to apparently.
The problem here is the LEC and the LCS. They only want to have 10 teams. I mean, I know they lightly talked about they've lightly talked about that though. I'm not saying they can't, but it's probably better long term if they're in a competitive region like the LPL, honestly, or the LCK.
Do you think it would be good for both sides if they went there?
I mean,
because of
how
that
big of a fan base would they have instantly?
I don't know, but there's that legacy. As long as you don't.
There's a legacy attached to the org, right?
A huge one. As long as you don't do that garbage fucking shit Immortals did, where they're dead despite having that huge legacy there. Like, seriously, I hope our Immortals doesn't leave the LCS. I hope they just change ownership, because them being in LCS is a good thing. They just been horribly fucking ran to the ground. But anyway, I would say it's huge there. Like, again, so it might be a good thing. Same thing with like Unicorns of Love if they ever made it back to it.
Yeah, like, dude, I'm not
now with
with
the conflicts.
I see what you're saying.
They might want out now of like, even though they were good in LCL, like Unicorns of Love, they did find a good fit there for like both sides. But now with all the shit going on in the world, they might want, and like the leagues being dead now at the moment, and because they can't play, internationally, they might want to try to maybe go to like another region. So, and do you think that would be like a good fit? Unicorns of Love going to like LCS?
Yeah, like, I agree with what you're saying. You're basically saying get an org with an established viewer base and a lot of fans, and that translates to more fans of the LCS when they're for the games. That makes sense to do that.
LMQ did in the past, but
the problem here is, would the LCS allow them in? Because they talk about expanding. I wouldn't mind if 2 more teams join, dude. I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah, I would.
2 more teams join.
I would like
it. It's more exciting. It allows for more players to be on LCS rosters. It's it's just better.
I don't care if it's like 16 teams. Orange talked about like it should be 6. Like, that's pushing it a bit, but I think 12 teams is actually a very solid fit for a region like LCS, having 12 teams.
Yeah, because people always talk about there's not enough spots in the league. If you add in 2 more teams, yeah, you can. Because, dude, people always say we don't have good enough players to be on LCS teams. But then they also say, yeah, there's not enough spots in the LCS for some of these players. What the that make no sense. That doesn't make no sense at all. Do you want more teams? If you add in 2 more teams to the league, you get 10 more players in, which could be something very beneficial, or it could be what bottom feeder teams do. That's all it boils down to.
Like, honestly, imagine it's just expand the 12 teams. They get Unicorns of Love and Flash Wolves in, and then let's just say in a magical world, despite the money they have, Golden Guardians gets the fuck out, and Echo Fox returns with Rick Fox, and then Immortals, they change ownership to like fucking Mr. Beast. Then honestly, after that scenario with the 12 teams, honestly, who would possibly like be an org in LCS that would have any that would be shit, or have any danger of like wanting out. Honestly, at that point, all of them seemed good.
Yeah, like there's plenty of ways for LCS to build their viewership up again. I don't know why people make it so. The teams, if the bottom tier teams should just honestly get those players from those minor regions with those big fan bases and bring them over if they're obviously good enough.
Yeah,
That's
but
just all you need.
I didn't agree with like your fucking CB law one though, that there's not enough good players there. Where it
Doesn't matter. They have a big viewer. They have a big viewer base. They'll come over and watch.
Yeah, but there's
People from Jose
better
Vioto
ones.
did.
Yes, but I'm just saying, like, Brazilian. And again, I've defended Brazilian teams and stuff. And again, I
That's
like
'cause you're
the
a
league.
fucking
I
loser,
love the
bastard.
commentator. Fuck you. I love the commentators. I like the league. I've defended the teams, but just the individual players, though, separating them and trying to import. I'm sorry to just. It's hard to explain, but no, there really isn't any player that like that yet. Even the worst leagues like Russia and Latin America, they still have players that you could do that with, and up and coming young players like Johnny and Cody. But CB Law, no. Like at best, like Tim Owens, their mid laner, might be like the best shot at that. That's about it.
Like there is a rumor that the LCS might actually lift the import rule for not, you know, they did for OCE. They might do that for all the minor regions.
Actually. I think that might be a bit too extreme. But again, if they just
I don't know, man. Based on what we saw at MSI this year, some of those players are not just very bad.
But again,
they wouldn't have those players anyway. You know.
Yeah, but if they just decreased like it to 1 or 2 years, sorry, just like say 2 years, then that would be good. If they just decreased the residency to become one for 2 years.
All right, guys. Well, actually, yeah, that'll be the episode for this week. We'll be returning. I mean, we'll see how it goes. Maybe if there's enough to talk about with the LCK and the LPL, we might have an episode this Wednesday. But if we don't have an episode this Wednesday, because there might not be much to talk about, then this is your episode for the week. So we normally don't do these on Monday anymore, rarely, because I've just been very busy. I've only put it off to this Monday only because I've been that busy. That's all it really is, honestly. You know? But yeah, you can expect the Cloud9 podcast Wednesdays at 4 p.m. PST. If we can get I have potentially a guest that might be on this week for the show. So if a guest comes on, then he'll be on Thursday, actually. So if the guest comes through, then we can have a show. But if not, then this will be your show for the week. So just make sure you guys have that fail-safe between. If I can get the guest, show. If not, this is your show for the week. We're almost done with season 3. It's nice to have the LCS and the LEC return coming up this week. I do want to say thank you all who have been consistently watching over these many years, actually. We've had these many random shows pre-recorded live, but this one you guys have been dedicated to watching, you know. But yeah, we'll see you guys later. Like, comment, and subscribe. Most of all, enjoy. If you are new here, hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell and hit the like button. We do these streams once a week, so I know people might get like very spotty that, you know, we might not make a whole lot of content here. I mean, when you get content here, the shows are usually an hour 30 plus. You know, this one ran for like 2 hours and 50 minutes. So, you know, would you rather want 2 10-minute videos or one long 2-hour video? I think for League,
yeah, but a lot of people might think like a lot of this is meandering or shit. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
they like stuff with like timestamps as well.
Yeah, and if you want timestamps, you can eat my ass.
Fuck's sake.
Oh yeah, but you guys know I love watching League. If anyone ever watches and goes, "This guy's not really," guys, I will never stop watching League. I'll always watch. Just because you don't, just because the episode might change on a day doesn't mean I'm not going to do the show. It's something most likely came up. That's always what it is. Something comes up and I have to change the date. You know, but I'm not gonna not give you your show. I will always make sure we have the one show a week here.
Yeah.
That we always have, you know.
People say they're gonna stop watching League. No, fuck off. Like I don't even play the game at all, really. Like I think I've only played it like 12 times overall in my fucking life ever since watching it in like 2013, and I began from just watching it. All right, I just watch it basically. All right, but no, I'm never gonna stop watching it because. Basically, this is like
so fun to talk about too. League is so fun to talk about in general.
I'm saying if you want an esports that's like game wise, skills slash learning curve wise, and history slash legacy wise, that's similar to a real sports like NBA or NFL or NHL or MLB. This is the closest that it's going to get for esports. Now there are others that could have been as well, like that are sort of like StarCraft and stuff, but those are more like individual wise, not team based. Just this and Dota are the closest you're going to get to it. So that's
also,
why.
Guys, I am on Twitter, actually. If you guys want to follow me on Twitter, you can. If you want to keep up with what I'm doing generally, I need to post more about League. I know I do, but, I really only post about League on the weekends, actually, when I see
thought
the
you
game.
had, like, an individual account at one point for League. Like,
there was one guy that was going to do that for me, but he kind of... I haven't talked to that guy in years. He essentially dropped to the face of the earth, honestly.
That's what happened with this one guy. I was fucking... God, with
that happened with you remember because you were watching as a lurker. Remember, I had Caleb, who I did it with first. He fell off. Then we had this group thing we were doing. People's personality clashes. Then we had we got the group, and I told people it wasn't working because other people wanted to tell me how to do it, and I was like, dude, I'm still learning how to do this for League. League content was just so different to me, Then that fell away. The one guy, Miru, thought I don't know. He got mad at me for some reason. He never explained why. He's still on Twitter. I'll try and talk to him and shit, dude. And he just ignores me. So I'm like, all right, dude, whatever, man. Then we try to do it pre-recorded, right, for the C9 fan cast. But it was so hard to get people in those days. Those shows came out great, though. I love those shows. But it's not about the views. I did lie about I don't really lie about the views. The views for what they could be would be better this way. I was like, the pre-recorded views are fine, but if we do the shows live, they're just better live and they get more views in general. So why would I put my effort trying to pull all these people in for people who don't even like the video? You would have an hour podcast, maybe an hour 20, it's no likes. The views are like 20 views, 30 views. That's fine. No likes, nothing. I was like, fuck that. I could at least get 5 likes on if it's live. So then we did that. We had a few
it's
people
like
on.
This is still like this is still growing. It's still struggling, but I mean, it's better than what that was.
Yeah. We had the C9 fan cast. Then I tried to do those random shows with Kafta to see which ones I would like better. And I was like, you know what? I want to do this one. We settled on this one. I haven't talked to Kafta in a while. EO, I have to talk to EO eventually.
Kafta's cool, but
yeah, EO I got to talk to eventually again. We don't hate each other. I just got to talk to him. I've been busy. Sometimes people got to hit me up, or I got to wait to hit them back up. Kafta's been fine. Ravioli, I don't know what happened to him, honestly. I don't know what happened to Ravioli at all, honestly.
I mean, it's nice to see Trackhawk on that one stream you did.
Trackhawk, I talked to. I got to go more into League Discord and ask, hey, do you guys want to be on guests for the shows? It's mostly my fault. I got a little bit too laxed trying to build more. I built as much as I could, but, sometimes if you're the only guy doing it, it just feels so overwhelming. It's like, what am I doing, So... Yeah, like Caleb wanted to do the show. Yeah, like Caleb wanted to do a show. He was like, we should do a show like The Dive, I was like, yeah. I haven't talked to Caleb in years, dude. What happened to Caleb? One guy said he got a job, so he hasn't been watching League as much anymore. That was a long time ago. So, yeah, guys, we've been through a lot of changes of the shows, but this one was always the one you guys supported more, and it always got the views I liked, and it always got the likes that I wanted. I'm not going to fucking do an hour show, waste my time if I get 0 likes. That's fucking bullshit.
Yeah,
fuck that.
But anyway, I linked you in private chat. That guy was fucking awesome on Twitter, and he was doing a lot of cool shit in League I wanted for a while. I was talking to him. We were planning to do some collabs on YouTube and the podcast he started doing, but he fell off. Just the face of the earth. He hasn't logged into. Yeah, he hasn't done anything since May 2021.
What the hell?
I mean, do you recognize that guy at all, or?
I saw him that time period, but you're right. I haven't seen this guy in ages, dude. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, ever since my account got my first Twitter account, well, not one of my first, but it suspended for some bullshit reason, and I took a 6-month break, and then I made another one, and I realized he was inactive. I was like, wait, what?
Oh, dude, you're fine. I love debating. Debating League is so fun. Debating League is so fun, and it's not. Yeah, dude, you're fine, man, and you hate TSM too, so that's also a plus. Holy shit!
Yeah, but it's a shame. This guy, fucking whatever, he was.
Unless you want to bring on, hey man, there's always I Am Germ.
No, that. Well, wow, you said his name and Warren didn't wake up. That's insane.
That's
I
insane.
thought
Yeah.
I didn't say anything because I was waiting for Warren to respond.
I don't care about that guy. He's probably gonna die alone, so it don't matter.
There we go. That's what I was waiting for.
I mean, he has his own take now. He has his own show called Hot Takes.
And it gets no views. Good job.
I mean, I don't watch it, but
I mean, it's But again, I was just when you first brought him up that one time before Warren's told the story, I was like, I was again, cringy ass, the most cringe person alive, even more cringe than like Travis Gafford and all of them, and horrendous fucking content. All right, but I was just trying to be nice to him. Like, I mean, yeah, it's not my style, but whatever. I mean, he's another usual, he's a guy talking about league at least, and about topics not many are doing on YouTube. He seems like an okay guy. And then Warren was like, "Oh no, that guy fucking." And then
I didn't know it either. I bet Warren. I used to go on the Hotline League Discord, like Travis's Discord, and I just find people because I needed people for league shows like this. I was like, you know what? The best thing to do is just go out and find people. So I found Warren. I was like, hey man, you want to do a show? We do it like back then, it was Monday. Back in the day, back then it was Monday. I was Monday 8. He said he's Easterns. I was like, okay, yeah, let's do it. First time I talked to Warren, he asked me, do you know I Am Germ? I was like, kinda, yeah, I kind of watch his content. He's like, that guy blew me off. And I was like, what the what?
Yeah.
So what's going on here?
I do like that Tim guy. I started watching before he blew up a bit.
Oh, Tim's take. Yeah, Tim's talks.
Yeah,
talks,
but before, not Tim's. Wait, which Tim do you think I'm talking about?
Tim Van Helsing. Sorry, Tim Van Helsing, right?
Yeah, him, yeah. Because you said the name of.
Oh my god, all the Tims.
Exactly, but yeah, but anyway, but no, I was watching him like before he gained more popularity. He did all those analytic videos on like academy prospects and like that before that should be like playing in LCS and before they got called up, who then recently after did and did well. And I'm like, oh yes, finally people actually talking about these players and watching academy. Finally, so I
dude, you should the debates me and my friend had with Lee. Dude, my rare. You guys will never. He'll confirm them. I said it to him. I predicted Cloud9 to get top 4 that year. He was like, you're just a fucking fanboy. I was like, no, I generally believe they look that good. I wasn't just being a fan. I was like, they generally look that good.
Yeah, no, I actually knew they would get out of groups out.
The one was really lucky. You know remember KT played Rocks in that finals and Smith stole the Baron with a Gangplank? I said Samsung Galaxy would beat KT Rolster to get to Worlds because they were actually playing good, and I knew KT will be distraught, mentally blown away after that final. Mm-hmm. And KT, I even said Samsung has potential to almost win Worlds. They were 1 game away from winning. That would have been my most epic prediction ever. So close. So fucking close.
Yeah, well, that's me with a lot of stuff, honestly. Just so
dude, if I had a lead channel back in the day, the channel would be an easy 10,000 subscribers.
Yes, there's so much shit I was right about over the years. Like, these fucking idiots tried to clown on me.
Yeah.
I'd be look like a fucking genius, but, of course I didn't do content and still don't, but whatever. But, yeah, in 2018, again, I wasn't being a fanboy, and I didn't know how good Cloud9 actually was, but I knew they would surprise people. I knew they were on the rise, and then
let's be honest here, dude. Before they went to top 4 Worlds, they always made top 8. It was a matter of time before they got to the next hump.
And all their players were looking good, and it was the right meta for all of them. Like again, Zazel looked like one of the best supports in that tournament because other stuff he's good, but nothing special. But at that time and before, but it's just good, but. He is one of the best hex flashers in the world, and that was the meta at that tournament. So he looked really fucking insane in a lot of games. It just was the perfect meta for all of them.
Also, the group they had was, it's hard to say. Like, it was a bit dodgy, but it could also went either way. It literally could have went either way in some of the games.
You know why I knew they would make it out again? Now, again, I didn't say anything online, but I just believed it in my fucking heart and just. I didn't want to say anything online because I knew they would try clowning me and fucking ratioing me like idiots. But the reason why was because I knew fucking Gen G would collapse, and I knew they were better than Vitality. And the reason I knew Gen G would collapse was not just because they didn't look that good, but because Crown was playing like fucking dog shit.
Yeah, dude. People who talk about they did not watch that split. They played Fly in that split.
No.
They played. I know they didn't because all they say is Crown. They played Fly most of the split. Fly, who was literally
it's the same people. It's the same people who made a big deal out of fucking Fnatic in like 20. Was it? Yeah, it was. Was it 20? Was it 2019? Was it?
2018 when
2018.
No. They were gonna blow London Bridge up.
No. Sorry, it was 2019. Yeah, when they were in that group against RNG and like, oh my god, they beat RNG to make it out of group.
I was like, RNG looked like shit that split, right?
Yeah, you do realize they looked so mediocre all year, and they just had a fluke run to finals and then had enough points to make it to Worlds and in that group, right? You do realize that. Did you guys actually watch the games? It's like
I know people don't watch the games, dude. The fact that I know people don't watch the games will tell me that only HUK was a top 4 team in the world in 2016. Fuck off.
Yeah, just play that Baron Steel clip.
Oh, I want to show you this quality group, right? I'll show you the. Oh my! People tell me this is a quality group.
Yeah, that's again. You know how you have those clips for your fucking stream.
Oh yeah.
You need to start making more for your league fun. That's the best one. Just anytime
someone says that group is competitive, I'll show you this. Don't you dare tell me. I've watched these games. Oh, not just once.
This is all you have to do. It's literally the perfect clip.
Sorry, my bad. I shut the audio. Give me a second.
Yeah, it's literally the perfect clip just to completely destroy their point.
I've went back and watched these games, and I go, no, I was right back then. I just wasn't confident, for my opinion, on Twitter. Look how shitty this league is.
So this is a little bit risky.
Certainly is. Tunnel comes back
Yeah,
out.
that was another problem. I wasn't confident enough, but I knew I was right.
They can block that! That is a ranged projectile! Forgiven his full health. Why is he just getting...
I understand because, listen, Ryu
has flash. He can body block it with his flash. It's
cleanse. No, I know what was going on. It's because Ryu was sick of getting memed throughout his entire life with that one faker outplay. So he's like, I'm going to do something even worse so maybe people will remember me for this instead. To get the heat off of there.
You know what's last topic before we head out is why don't they do this? What happened to Primetime League? I used to love watching this. This was some of their best content ever. They just stopped doing it. A lot of things back in the day that the LCS did do or Riot did do for League, they just stopped. Why does Primetime League not exist? This is supposed to accumulate all the region's gameplay for people who couldn't watch that week. I used to love watching this. This was my favorite League stuff ever.
2018 peaked for League content, and they went downhill since.
What, dude? I literally went to the LCS when they started BO3s, and I asked Freak, who was kind of an asshole to me. I said, "Where's Primetime League at?" He's like, "It's canceled." He didn't get an answer at all. He said it's canceled. I was like, "What? Why? Why would they cancel Primetime League?" That's what. That traditional, talk about traditional sports. How do you want to be traditional sports and you don't have a prime time for your? Oh my god!
Yeah, it's just again 2018 and maybe like 2019 even. I don't quite remember, but yeah, those are pretty much the peak years for League content. And then from like 2013.
What happened to that Drive series? What was that Drive series they used to do?
Yeah, that was fantastic, and I loved the episodes on Charlie, and they did a good one on Elimination and stuff. Yeah, which they. We know Dig made separate, pretty much Drive episodes they did on their players like Fake God and other ones. I'm pretty sure they did, and Golden Guardians did shorter versions.
And
of those,
then LCS teams don't do the TSM Legend style content, so new people who get into the scene can't become a fan of that player. Yeah, dude, a lot of people don't understand though, dude. A lot of that TSM Legends content that the teams consistently used to do, that got those players fans who honestly no one knew about. Who knew about Contracts before he came into the scene back in 2017?
Yeah.
Who knew that guy was?
Yeah, if it wasn't for that, then they wouldn't have given players like Licorice a chance.
But guys, that's it. See you guys later. I will say this once again. If I can get the guest for Thursday, we'll have a show. But if not, this is your show for the week.
Hold on. Once you end it, can you say who the guest is to me?
Oh, it was a person. It was nothing big actually. It's a person who was able to get LCS interviews. So I want to bring him on to talk about how he can do that.
Still, I might know him, but just after the stream, tell me his name.
Because you try to take money from him.
No, I just want to look him up and see if I recognize him.
Oh yeah. Oh fuck it. Let's just make it an even 3-hour stream. Whatever. We're only 2 minutes away from it. So yeah, guys. Overall, yes. If you don't see a show pop up that day, I do want to apologize. I'm sorry. Stuff just comes up, guys. I'm a very busy person. You know, I love League of Legends. I do watch a lot of it in my free time, but I'm a very busy person. You know, like shit. Sean, we have to videos reschedule some days. Today at work. I shit you not, this happened. Woke up at 5, got to work at 6. Truck came at 7. I was putting with the boxes as normal. Fucking freezer, right? I'm in a freezer doing this. It's cold as fuck in there. Boss walks up to me and goes, "This person called off. You gotta stay till 7." I go, "What the I put on since 5 o'clock in the morning already." My boss said, "I gotta stay to work till 7. I get a 2-hour break from 10 to 12, and then I'm literally on my feet from 12 until 7. And my friend comes picks me up at work. I've been up since 5 in the morning, and I still came home and still did the show with these guys. It lasted another 3 hours. I've had no time to myself all day. Okay, so I just because you don't get a show one day, I'm gonna do it. Just gotta give me some time, you know.
I need to try to.
Yeah, that's called abuse of labor, by the way. So I don't know.
I mean, I gotta have.
You should actually record that. And be like,
Yeah, but
hey,
listen, MSK is black, so he doesn't understand the difference.
If they
And you know what the real fucked up part is?
The thing is, if they ask you, you can say no.
She makes you stay. That's just all it is, dude.
No, if they ask you and be like, "No, I have other things to do. I'm sorry." Like,
I would love to do that, but that's not how she
do
does
it.
She goes, all she does is just, "You're staying." That's it.
No, well,
You
be
know-
like, "Hey, I have no." They can't do that because they don't know what your plans is. Like, I
She
used
doesn't
to-
care.
Well, guess what? She'd be like, "Hey, you're gonna have to care because I have plans already. You didn't tell me. You didn't let me know in advance." That's
She didn't know either. I mean, she didn't know either. It was
It
all
doesn't
called
matter.
off,
That's not.
you know?
That's not.
Yeah,
like,
oh.
they-
Imagine Chaz in that situation. Okay, pay me in another way. Oh, I'm lesbian. I don't care. Get on my dick or I'm leaving.
Yeah. And then something else. She didn't do anything wrong to me after that. I mean, she paid me cash for the hours I still stayed over, so it was okay, honestly. But someone else did something, and I was like, if they try to call me to work tomorrow, that is a fucking no. You are gonna get a fat no. I ain't coming in for shit. I hope someone calls off. I was like, I'm not coming in. I won't even answer my phone. They tried to do that a few weeks ago. She's like, "Can you work 2 to 10?" I was like, "I'm busy." That's it.
Like seriously, aren't there better places you can work? And aren't there like fast food places? Honestly, where if you
There
just,
is.
where if you just worked like for a certain period of time, then you can become like a manager and even higher up. Like,
I'm trying, dude. I'm trying to get something better. It's just that's how life works, man. Something will eventually pop up, or eventually I might become an OnlyFans model and make a lot of money just showing my butthole.
yeah, I'm just saying. I'm sure make like an OnlyFans and just like of you reacting to XXX videos. Come on, somebody needs to do that, and they'll just be a millionaire. It's genius.
But all right, guys. Yeah, a TSM are trash, and they're definitely not going to be doing well in the LCS for right now. I mean, this year with TSM, just say, "Hey, GG, go next." That's it. Sometimes Orbs in the league just do that.
Immortals, listen, you've already spent money to get Kemvi and with Lost, so honestly, and stuff. So honestly, just kick Lost and Ignar, and Revenge. Just spend money to get like God, who was it again? Get Yeon, Elio, whatever, and
the TL Academy bot lane. Yeah,
get that bot lane. Honestly, you've gone too far. Just do that. And
they were like, you know what they did? Instead of spending money on Yeon and Alea, they're like, you know what? I need Lost and Ignar. Fuck,
yeah, it's like
dude.
they should just do this at this point. Just they've gone too far, and it won't be as much anyway, I'm sure. So just do that, and then honestly get like Kumo instead of Revenge. Just
all right,
do that.
guys.
That's
it.
I hope.
See you guys later. I'm the Nightwing and Way of Life Esports. We're signing out, guys. #C9win. See you guys later.